All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Rollerblading is Still Fun podcast, episode number 32. And you're watching the greatest podcast in the world. I am Josh Navarre, the host, and with me we got the homies on the couch. We got Brady Johnston and Jose Arce. What's up, guys?
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
Everybody.
And we got John Sullivan.
Yo, what up? I'm going to take 47 seconds, maybe 47 minutes to talk about what inside of a bowling ball is. Let's go.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but thank you, John. And then we have an amazing guest with us. He is a videographer. He's made some of the best videos we've all seen. He works behind the scenes in rollerblading and has been for what I think the past 30 years, 25 years, for a very long time, has had his hands in a lot of different companies that we've all loved. And he is still involved today. Let's go ahead and say what's up to him. We got Jan Welch. Jan, what's up?
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah.
What up?
What up? What up?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. You're a legend in the
You're
game,
welcome.
and we're blessed to have you on board. So I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and talk with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
All right, the first thing we're going to do is get into Feet and Four Wheels. So if you're not familiar with Feet and Four Wheels, you need to get it together. They are a clothing, apparel, rollerblading company out of Chicago, and they do a bunch of awesome shirts, a bunch of really cool parodies. They got the Waxall shirt, like the Maxwell shirt. You know, they got the Wolves from Wolves of Wall Street with Dustin Latimer grinding over Leonardo DiCaprio, passed down his Lambo, super sick. Stay patient. They did the Windy City Riot logos, but definitely check them out at feetandfourwheels.com, and you can use promo code RBISF for 10% off. So definitely copy some of their gear. They got the new hoodies for the winter time. If you want to support Rollerblading is Still Fun, you can cop Rollerblading is Still Fun merch, and I will drop the link in the chat. We got stickers, we got t-shirts, we got hoodies. You got to get you a hoodie for the wintertime. I want to see Blade Cup just flooded out with these hoodies, y'all. If you're going to Blade Cup, copy your Rollerblading is Still Fun hoodie. Be sure to wear it, take a picture, tag me in it. That's what I want to see. The hoodies are sick. I made them as least expensive as I could to make minimal profit off of them. So very affordable, super sick. I actually just ordered one today because I haven't actually seen what they're like whenever they come in. So I'll hopefully be wearing one on the next stream. Definitely get you some of that. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the chat. It's also in the video description along with the link to Feet and Four Wheels store.
Did you really get a pink hoodie? I want to see that.
What was that?
Tyler Davis in the chat. I want to see if you really got a pink hoodie.
Oh, for real? He said
That's
he
gotta
ordered
be-
one?
I hope
did.
so.
I did see an order come through. If that's him, that's what's up, dude. I
Dude.
truly appreciate it.
Post that. I want to see it. Get it before K-Pain does.
Yeah, if you cop one, take a picture of it and tag me in it so I can share it. It really means a lot to me. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get into the raffle. We had a really good raffle. This was actually the most expensive item that we've had donated to the raffle, and that was from Arlo Eisenberg and Drug Receipt. If you didn't check out the last stream, I'm sure you did because it had the most views out of any of our streams. It was an epic show. Arlo went in deep on a whole bunch of topics, and it was really cool to talk to him. What'd you say, Jose?
I said, where's my PJ?
Oh, I got it right here. Okay, so what we're gonna be raffling off? Let me grab it real quick.
No. It's fine.
I'm raffling it for you.
Oh, okay.
PJ.
Well, I'm gonna need that before I leave.
No, this is Jose's, y'all. This isn't the one you're getting.
That was supposed to be low key.
This is Jose's.
You be hey, is that what you be sleeping in every night?
I haven't even had it yet.
Oh man, come on now. Winter time coming up, gotta stay snuggle, fool.
After the promo, it shall
Oh,
be
you gonna
mine.
do a promo?
And we're gonna see Jose get some clips in this.
He's in,
Oh
Yeah.
no, I don't know. We'll see.
he's in a KG Greenville State Legend.
No, we meant the promo for the giveaway. We meant the promo for the giveaway.
What do you mean the promo for the
You
giveaway?
already did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
were just waiting for the promo, and then I'll get it back.
Wait, are we bringing back Greenville Stairledge?
Yep.
Is
Have
that
y'all
what we're
seen it?
gonna do?
Oh, dude, I didn't post it. Is it too late to post stuff in the group? Hold up.
A skateboarder did it or what?
No. I rollerblade. We'll get to it.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Super sick prize. This goes for I think like $285 on the Drug Receipts website. It's extremely high quality, and one of y'all are going to be getting it sent to you. And Arlo said he has, I believe it goes in size small, medium, and large, extra large. So there are 2 different sizes. He's going to send you a brand new one. Again, you're not getting this one. This one's Jose's.
Boom.
Okay.
Hit him with it. Yo, what up, Quintrell?
All right, we got a sturdy wheel again. Thank y'all so much for leaving comments.
Whoa.
Leaving comments on the last video. This might actually be the biggest wheel we have. This might be bigger than lava
Dang,
skates.
let's go.
But I did want to shout out Jeff Metz because he's got 3 spots. Jan, let me move Jan.
Yeah, I'm riding away.
Yeah.
Come on down.
So
with it.
Jeff Metz, you got 3 spots because you did leave a $9.99 super chat on the last stream. So always, every $5 super chat will get you another entry on the raffle. And just like we did with our last guest, if you want to ask Jan questions, we want to get into y'all's questions. But if you want to guarantee we stop and ask a question, it's just a $10 super chat, and that'll also get you 2 more entries in the next raffle, which we will be announcing after this. But let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see who's going to be taking home this Drug Receipts onesie.
Boom.
Anuno.
We got a Nuno. You are the winner of the Drug Receipts onesie. I hope you live in America. Oh, actually, Arlo will be shipping it out, so it's okay.
Better than Ghana.
Hey, Nuno, I've seen you. I hope I'm saying that right, but I have seen you on some other wheels, so I'm super excited that you won a prize. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Zick Step, for the $5 super chat. You don't even know what the next raffle is, but you already got you an extra entry. Entry. Yeah, I can't talk tonight. What else is new? Okay. Where were we? Okay, Anuno. All you need to do is find me on Rollerblading is Still Fun on Instagram and somehow prove it's you. And just give me your address and your real name, and I will get that information over to Arlo, and he will be mailing you out the Drug Receipts onesie. And that's a $385 value. So congratulations, dude.
Congratulations.
And for our new raffle for this stream, so again, in order to enter the raffle, all you have to do is leave a comment on the video. You can't leave the comment during the live stream. You do have to go back after the fact and leave a comment, and you will be entered in our next raffle. Every $5 super chat will get you another entry in the raffle. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, like the video. It's a free and easy way to support. For our next raffle, it's actually, no surprise, sponsored by Jan Welch and Dream Urethane. So let me go ahead and pull that up.
Yo.
So thank you so much, Jan, for supporting the raffle. So what he's offering up is a brand new set of the Daisy 58mm 98A wheels plus ABAC 9 bearings. So super sick, super sick. And that's going to be a set of 4.
Nice.
Those are sick.
Yeah, the bearings are super cool. I love how colorful they are.
The chameleon.
Yellow wheels are so sick.
Yeah, I like those, and I like the profile on them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have this profile here. We have a 60mm that we've created a new mold for. So we'll have a 58 and 60 with that profile.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
so
eventually,
they'll get to choose which one they want.
what's that?
Will they get to choose which one they want?
Well, I don't have the 60s now. Are you talking about the raffle?
Yeah.
No, for raffles they get the 58 because that's all we have. We only have samples of the 60 right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so 60s will come out to next year sometime.
Super sick. You'll get a brand new set of wheels, 4 wheels, and they will come with the ABEC 9 high performance bearings.
Yeah.
All from
Yeah,
Dream
thank you,
Urethane.
Crayfish Roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, just leave a comment on the video and be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Zig Step, for the $5 super chat. And I do round 99 cents up to $1. So
Mm. Mm.
go ahead.
That's a lie. You just gonna automatically just bump that up, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
John's-
Man, that's a hey, take a penny, give $1. Who knows?
All right, awesome. Well, we're gonna jump right into talking with Jan because he's got a plethora of knowledge, and we
Yes,
want to
sir.
make sure we save enough time to get into anything that we want to get into. If we do run out of things to talk about, which I highly doubt we will, we'll get into some Instagram videos and YouTube videos. But we want to dedicate most of the time to Jan. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, Jan, is just an overall origin story of yourself. We typically don't like to ask people, how'd you start skating? It's kind of a boring question, but I genuinely want to know because I don't know exactly. You've been doing it for so long. You got in such a long time ago. So I would like to know, and I think the viewers would enjoy kind of hearing your origin story.
Okay, so in the late '80s, I always wanted some inline skates, and my mom got some skates in like '88, and my neighbor got inline skates in '89, some rollerblades, Zetra blades, and he didn't like them, so I just kind of took them and skated them until the wheels wore down. So that was like my first skates. And then I just kind of skated around. I would drive to University of Texas and skate around my neighborhood. And my neighborhood actually has tons of skate spots. It's lots of stuff in like, my old videos, Medina videos, ditches and everything. But so I did a lot of urban skating, and getting into aggressive, the crew I had also did roller hockey. And one day we were playing roller hockey at Austin High School, and a car pulls up, and 3 guys come out from Houston, and one of them does a stall on a bike rack, a soul stall. I'm like, what was that? Like, it blew my mind. I didn't know what he was doing. And it was this guy
Jan, can I ask a question? So you started off in Texas.
In Austin, Texas, yeah.
Austin. Okay. That was what I was curious
So
about.
I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas.
Okay,
Let's
I wasn't
go.
sure if you were from there or you just moved there early on. Okay, that's good to know.
No, yeah. So I'm like an Austinite, one of the few that's exists there. But yeah, so basically started with urban skating, bombing hills, roller hockey. At this roller hockey session, a car pulls up from Houston, and it's this guy Taz and B Love Harden, and one other guy, and they had just kind of started doing aggressive, and B did like a 3-stair handrail. This other guy sold a bike rack, and that introduction to that was my first introduction to aggressive skating, and then it kind of changed the whole course of my skating for me. Everyone I skated with quit because they couldn't get into aggressive skating. So I skated by myself for a good 6 or 7 months in Austin until I met a guy named John Zarzinski who was really good. And then there's a skate shop in Austin called Armadillo Sports, and they had all those old like rollerblade team video things, and they would let you check them out. And they had like the first episode of Daily Bread when I came in, and I still didn't have anybody to skate with, so I put a flyer up at that skate shop with my phone number on it, little tabs you could pull off. And I got a phone call from Lonnie Gallegos and Jason Howard, and we met up at a skate spot downtown, and that's how I met those 2 guys, and that's the first 2 guys that I met.
Wait, so you put up a flyer with the little, like, you cut up
The tabs.
little tabs
Yeah,
and put
exactly,
your phone
yeah.
number up, and oh, that's crazy.
to look for people to skate with, because I used to see people skating like around the city, and I would like track everybody down with skating, and no one would ever want to like skate. They were like solo skaters, and like more urban skaters. But yeah, that's how I met those guys. And then like 6 months later, we met Frank Stoner, Mike Shields, that whole original Austin crew. From like 90, that was like 94 to 96. That crew. And then Lonnie opened a skate park. His mom opened a skate park in 97. That's where we met Shannon Rogers. She's like a little, kind of kid going to the park with her older brother. Jared McBay, all of them we met through the skate park.
That's crazy. You said that was back in 94?
Yeah, 94 is probably when I met Jason and Lonnie.
Man. Do you still talk to Lonnie or Jason?
I talk to Jason. I talk to them both. I talk to Jason more often. And Jason still skates, but he skates mainly in San Antonio because with how much traffic Austin has now. It's closer for him to drive from Buda to San Antonio than it is to drive from Buda into like Austin to meet up with anybody.
Yeah, and I think the skating's pretty cool out that way too. Like we took a trip from Austin to San Antonio and then right where Jason stays at in Buda, and pretty nice little drive that way. Like I wouldn't see why he wouldn't want to go to San Antonio over Austin sometimes just because of the traffic there.
Yeah, I mean Austin's just, you know.
But Austin's like the best of the best skate stuff too, if creative wise, I believe. It's super awesome.
We had Lonnie Gallegos come through for a stream randomly like 2 or 3 months ago. He was in Dallas and popped in when we were doing at a Carrier skate shop, and I hadn't seen that fool in forever. And it was really nice to see him. And he said he wants to get back into filming, and you can see on his Instagram he started posting clips and stuff like that. So he did kind of float the idea that he wants to work on a new video project, but he was kind of being hush-hush about it. But I told him, hey, let me know whenever you got something solid down so we can bring you on to talk about it.
I mean, he's been skating a lot, and he still rips, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because he wasn't really skating that much in LA. And then, you know, when he moved up north and he started skating again, like, he didn't really lose it.
Still, all his old 270 tricks. I mean, like, yeah, he's just as good as he was back in the day. That was awesome getting to meet them. Like about 97, 98 is when I think I met Howard and all them too.
I mean, Howard still shreds too, you know.
Dude, he murders it.
I feel like he's gotten better. Like his peak was more like 2012 to 2020 than it was like back in the day. He was skating so good during that, you know, that time period.
I didn't even know he was still skating. Is he on Instagram?
He is on Instagram. It's like
Okay.
Jehovah something.
Yeah.
I think I follow him. I need to find him on Instagram.
I don't remember the first time we met you, Sully. Was it pre-Eisenbergs?
It was probably pre-Eisenbergs because I was going with like no. It had to have been after Eisenbergs because the first time I met Jay was with Michael Stein and Kyle Dixon and Chase Russian. Okay. We like went and stayed at Jay's house and got to go to Lonnie's mom's park and just kind of got to meet kind of Austin people there. Yeah, that was the first kind of introduction.
Yeah, Austin was like, that was where the scene was until we got involved. Just kidding. No, but Austin,
well, I mean, had a really good scene. I feel like Austin
always will have a great scene.
Austin's got a good scene, and especially like, you know, when I moved back in 2012, there were so many skaters moving there because Austin's like, you know, a music town. It's just Austin draws people itself, and then there was just so many skaters. It was great, but I feel like we spent a lot of time in Houston as well, in the 90s, and the Houston skaters, I think they were a little bit more similar to the Austin skaters. They had a big scene, but Dallas always had the biggest scene because it's just such a big city.
Yeah, you know? Also we had Eisenbergs. Eisenbergs was a big push for our scene. That gave us all something to skate.
I mean, Freestyle was a huge rollerblade park.
Dude, Freestyle was tighter than Eisenberg. Sorry, but I thought Freestyle was like the best. Like Freestyle was the jam back in the day.
Yeah, and then before that, you had Rapid Revolutions, which was fun.
That was before my time.
I actually have this right here with me. This is I don't know if you can see. This is it's the Eisenberg's logo. This is the invitation for the grand opening that I got back in I don't know when. And let's get this open.
It's crazy to see what's there now.
Just like an Eisenberg's poster.
I remember that poster. I used to have one of those. I didn't know it was
and then it's got like, and then on the back it's got like the information. I don't think you can read it, but it's got the date and Eisenberg Skate Park is planning its grand opening. World class 97 skaters.
Is that a physical map on the bottom right?
Like there's a map that shows where it's at. Yeah.
That's still at 15th Avenue K.
That park was funny. You know, remember that Senate bus that was parked there forever?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so the stop, because we went to a Senate tour when it was in Houston at Armadillo Skate Shop, and Dallas was the next stop, and that's when it broke down. It just left at the skate park.
Was that the Kill Team bus?
Yeah.
What year was that?
It was 98, maybe.
Okay.
Or 90. Let me see. It was probably 98. Yeah, because Eisenberg's open 97. Lonnie's Park open 97.
Yeah, because that was
So
like
it'd been
right
98.
whenever I started skating and went to Eisenberg's, and I remember seeing that.
Because it's when Armadillo Park was open. Did any of you go to Armadillo Park in Houston?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was
No, I
it was
only
my
went
Flanner's house.
to Dex. I went to Dex a long time
Yeah,
ago.
Dex was
like-
later. Dex was later than that.
Yeah, so that's why I got to meet like Grant Thurston, rest in peace. And then Flaner, I went with Damon. I don't know if you remember Damon from Freestyle. He was the tall kind of boggly glasses. He was sponsored by Razor back in the day.
Yeah, I don't remember. There were so many skaters there.
Yeah. It was a skater owned. It was another like rollerblade owned skate park back in the day. This guy,
Right.
Mark Bennett, owned it. And his mom and his dad were just like with it out in the middle of nowhere in Canada with some money and a space. And,
Shane Scowers and Aaron
yeah,
Feinberg hanging out
dude,
there all the
Sean
time.
Robertson, man. All the nights with
Yeah.
Sean Robertson and man, it was crazy out there, dude.
There was a lot of good skaters.
So many good skaters.
Crazy skaters. Like good and crazy. But not like crazy good, just crazy.
It was just a good big skate park with a lot of coping, and it had good flow.
That rail, that down rail they had.
Yeah, exactly. The ASA
and
rail.
then they had that crazy barrel box. Like
yeah.
The death box, not the barrel box, but like the death
The
rail.
one,
like
the one close to the wall. Yeah, it was nuts.
I was thinking of
they
like
got rid of that.
So what we used to do is we would skate downtown Austin. We skate downtown Austin until like we didn't do it a lot, but we did a couple times till like 9 p.m. and then we'd be like, well, let's go to Houston and skate Jones Plaza. So we would drive to Houston and get there like midnight and skate Jones Plaza for like 3 hours and then drive back. And I don't know if you ever skated Jones Plaza in Houston back in the day, but that was such a sick skate spot.
I don't know any of the Houston skate spot names. We
know
used to go out.
Trinity.
It's like downtown,
we know
like
Trinity.
Downtown Park.
Because the only time I would ever go out to Houston was for like the H-Town Showdown. That would like, because I was young at that time. We didn't just make trips out there for nothing, like just to skate. We would go out there and skate the Houston comps and stuff like that. And that was kind of really the only times I ever really went to Houston.
See, Aunt Medina chimed in, and he said his first skate trip to Houston,
they hit Armadillo.
They hit Armadillo with me, Lonnie, J Hill, and Frank Stoner and Fleener. Because don't forget, 97? Medina's also one of the OG Austin cats. Like he was just a lot younger, him and Jay, but they were around since the 90s, you know. And Medina had a section in what video was it? Urban Decay or something? Medina, what was the video? You can let us know. He had a section in one of my early videos. And yeah, he was shredding it, him and Jay, because they grew up outside Austin in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Hey, Brady.
Yeah, all you hear is Brady eating that.
Yeah. Your mic. Move your mic.
It's eating the Snickers bar?
All I heard was.
All I could hear was the rapper. He's just like like ripping the rapper right in front of the mic.
I wasn't thinking at all. I was just listening.
All right. Well, Jan, let's get into talking about some of the topics we want to speak to you about. The first thing I want to talk about is obviously Dream Urethane. I think we're going to start with your most recent project, and then we can kind of go back into your past because you know you've done so much for skating for so long. But starting with Dream Urethane, obviously amazing wheel company. The logos are crazy, and I want to get into that. But the first thing I want to talk about is the team because y'all have a really good team with Dream Urethane, and I just kind of wanted to pick your brain on how you went about putting that team together.
Well, the team is like, you know, I was involved with 4x4 and Vicious and those brands in the past, and those companies were all like about sponsoring just, you know, like some of the biggest names in sport. And with Dream, it's more like I wanted it to be more like a family brand. So it's like more like friends or people I really like. And, you know, I mean, many of you know that most of the people on Dream are from Texas. You know, you've got Be Free, lives in NorCal now, but he started skating in Austin. And you got Michael Kraft. You know, he lived in Austin forever. He just moved to San Francisco. And you got Broom, who still lives in Austin. And the only person not on the team, I mean, from Austin was Maddie. And Maddie is just somebody I really always loved his skating. Like I'd edited a section in the NIM video, and he was actually the first person I asked to be on the team. Broom, I'd told if I ever started a wheel company, or I told him if I ever started a wheel company that he would be on it. So he was the first person I hit up.
Yeah, Broom is so good. He's such
All
a killer.
star. All star.
And then
yeah.
Kraft, Kraft I asked to be on a brand during Bitter Cold Showdown. So he had someone else that had talked to him already, but as soon as I asked him, he was on board.
Who was it that was
And-
trying to get him?
So sick.
It was just a smaller brand. I think that the one the brand that does like kendamas.
Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it.
Yeah. Aaron was on that same brand too.
Okay, so yeah, they had, and then but just working with them and Michael, like this edit we're watching, this was edited by Michael. So
By Michael
he's
Kraft?
very by Michael Kraft. Yeah, he's very talented at editing. He edited the new
Yeah, I
didn't
control
know
section.
that.
So now we have Mick on the team as well. Mick's also
Yeah.
been awesome forever, and he lives in Denver now, and then we have some other riders that we're hooking up, like Victor from LA, and Gabe Telemontis lives in New York from Chicago.
Sick.
Yeah.
And don't y'all have
so,
some
yeah.
international riders?
We do. We have all of our. So we have Victoria Soderheim that lives in Sweden, also skates for Faction. And then Julia Kaminda in Poland. She skates for Mesmer, and she got second place at MetroCard, I think, or first.
She's
I
dope.
forgot
Julia's
what
super
place she got.
sick.
But she's super sick, and we just had. So I flew Julia and Victoria out to Warsaw to film with Kevin, and we're gonna have an edit of those two coming out soon on the YouTube channel.
Dope.
And yeah, we're working on
Sounds
some new filming projects. So
Was there anybody?
but
Was there
yeah.
anybody as far as putting the team together that you reached out to but weren't able to get that you wanted?
there was a couple of people like there's that kid I can't even remember his name anymore. Listen, Lorik Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had asked him if he wanted to ride for it, and he's very young, and I don't even think he actually knows who I am. I'm just kind of like some old dude. So
Him in his leather jacket with no shirt on, just his chest hairs.
yeah, he ended up riding
Holy
for Orange because it's like a Canadian brand. He's Canadian, so and then besides that, not really. I didn't really talk to anybody else. He was the only one.
Word up. And you were just mentioning about video projects, and I was curious, what is the next video project? Are y'all gonna do a team video with everybody? Are y'all gonna do sections, or what are y'all working on as far as edits go?
There's gonna be that edit with Victoria and Julia coming out next, and then we're gonna have another introduction edit for another rider, and
Oh, I know who that is.
and then we're gonna have some promo sections for all the wheels coming out, or at least some of them. I'd like to get another edit together. It's the thing that's difficult for me. Had I started this brand living in Austin, it would have been a hell of a lot easier to go out and film with everybody when everybody was there. I'm in rural Vermont. Like I don't live close to anybody. Those guys were filming with Medina for a long time, so they were kind of tied up with that. So getting content isn't as easy when everyone's so spread out.
I was gonna say, because you obviously can't film all of these riders, so you are mainly relying on
I'm relying on other people, right? And the thing is, it's like it's hard. It's the brand is very small. I mean, that's pretty much it behind me. One shelf. So it's not like there's a lot of money. Everything's really expensive to make, so I don't have money to pay people to do things. And it's like everyone's older now. A lot of people don't like to do stuff for nothing, so it makes it just makes it difficult. You got to luckily there's some people who contribute footage and film and believe in a cause, so that's rad, but it's hard to expect too much when you don't have anything to offer in return.
At the same time, though, like as a filmer, and I'm not speaking for anybody and everybody, but if you have a camera, why not hold the homies down? Like you're gonna film anyways. You bought the camera, you took your money to get a camera. if somebody needs clips for something, like, let's go. We're supposed to be a community, right? Like,
Yeah.
I understand money, but that's what a job's for. And photography and videography.
Hey, speaking
Well,
of which, we're
it
working on a
could- it
video
could
right now.
take-
So if anybody out there wants to donate to our video, I'm more than happy to accept some footage. I have reached out to a couple videographers, but we are working on a little Dallas project. But yeah, definitely donate your footage. And Jan, you know, Broom, you know, I get to skate with him every once in a while, so you know, I'm more than happy to throw some Broom clips your way, you know, for anything that you
Yeah,
need, or
for
I can go
sure.
out and
That'd be
film with
great.
him.
Yeah, any clips, I know that, you know, Jay started filming again, so I reached out to him to maybe film some stuff when he has some time.
Yeah.
And
Sick.
I know Gogo's been filming with Broom in San Antonio. I know that Gogo bought Medina's cameras, so I think Medina's just left with an iPhone.
One of
But-
his cameras, because I bought one too.
Oh, you bought one too? Okay.
Mine broke
that's
on the
sick.
last day of the Icons thing.
That's sick that Gogo is getting back. And I know Gogo, he has that Instagram page where he's been posting really old clips. Man, dude,
Yeah,
that
because
shit is
the
awesome. I love
last
that.
video he was gonna make, he just put on Instagram. So we'll see if he does that with the next video.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the wheels and even your apparel goes, the logos are just banging. Like they are so sick. Who's behind doing all the designs for Dream?
So the concept with Dream and the art is, you know, when you look back at, you know, Rattail, 4x4 and Vicious, all those brands were very art heavy. You know, we're always wanted to work with different artists. Our main artists, different artists. So when I started Dream, I wanted to work with people I worked with in the past. So I got together, you know, talked to Chris Peel, who designed the Dream logo. He worked for Daily Bread. He was the art director of Daily Bread, DNA Magazine. Designed all the old ground control shirts, early 4x4 stuff, 4x4 logo, NIM logo, Vicious shirts like that. Vicious shirt you always see, and the Cobra and all that. That's Chris Peel. So
Yeah, this has a very vicious vibe to it.
so yeah, this one's like, this is a Baytall design, and this one reminds me of like like a Vicious design, but like in a 4x4 style. So it's kind of like a tribute to both. So, you know, I want to work with them. Obviously, it's 20 years later, or you know, yeah, almost 20 years later. So they've gotten a lot better as artists as well. So, yeah, trying to just work with those guys. And every line, I try to have a guest artist. So we had the shirt from the last line with the puppy dogs was Jess Morales from Austin. They played drums in band Glare, which is like a really popular shoegaze band. They did that Puppies tee. And Julia. No, keep going down. And then keep going. Those two with these ones, yeah. They did that. Like the shirts, like the two other shirts from that line. There's the Panther and the Daisy shirt that Baytall designed, and the Panther shirt, for instance, it's really a lot of ink, but the way we did it is really fine screens and some softener in there, so it's not really that thick and heavy, and it's all blacklight ink, so it all glows with blacklight. So it's like a 90s, you know, blacklight poster you'd have in your basement.
So this is screen printed. This isn't like an iron-on transfer.
No, everything we
logo?
do everything we do is screen printed.
Wow.
And your quality of your shirts are good. I've noticed the shirts that are at the shop. It's like good quality clothing.
Yeah. So with oh yeah, Launders also said Chris Piazik. So Chris Piazik, he designed the 80 millimeter and 90 millimeter wheels. So he's another, that pink wheel right there, the magenta one. Yeah, that's Chris Piazik, and he does art for like Google and Nike, and he's like he has a whole Hot Wheels car series that he did.
Damn.
Really good artist. But yeah, for the soft goods, so you know, Dream's a wheel brand, but there's a lot of wheel brands, and it's a very saturated market. And there's not a lot of soft goods, and you know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you can't," especially stores were like, "Oh, you can't sell soft goods, can't sell soft goods." Well, we focus a lot on soft goods, and they have been doing really well.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to set it apart with the art and the soft goods and the colors, even though there's more companies doing colors now. But you know, we're kind of limited to what we can do with where we get our wheels made, because we use open molds, and there's not a lot of open molds out there, so that's why we're starting to create our own molds. So we're doing that 60 mold, like I said, and we're going to do another mold for 57 with a more rounded profile. But yeah, with the soft goods, I ordered an ungodly amount of samples. You know, I was going through all these wholesalers, ordering hats and beanies and shirts, and you know, 95% of it I didn't like. So I've definitely like really put in a lot of time and money searching for the perfect t-shirts.
They're high
same
quality
with, like, the
too.
hats
Like
and
John was
stuff.
saying,
Yeah.
really, really good quality shirts.
Definitely.
You know, it's just the stuff like with the tags, you know, right? You know, those paper tags and the stickers and everything. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just the extra detail and sewing in the labels, and yeah, it's just kind of give it a personal touch.
You think
Love
you're
it.
making? Do the apparel float the company more than the wheels, or which one's kind of doing most of the sales?
Well, I wouldn't say either one's floating the company. I think it's kind of like everything's really expensive to make. So because I do small runs, you know, my shirts are all almost like $18 to $20 a piece to make. And then I sell them online for like 40 or 35 to 40 depending on the shirt, and I sell in the shops for like 22. So I make like $2 a shirt selling the stores, which is nothing. But so I do well. I do well at live events. You know, like MetroCard Classic, I sold 45 shirts. So when I sell them direct, it's good, but I don't sell most of them direct. So it balances it out. So it's not really like, you know, that's a Costco event. It's not like, yeah, if I made a lot of shirts, it would be nice, but
Yeah.
I kind of make them because they're cool, and have people on. But do they make money? Not really. You know, but they don't lose money. It's just kind of like slowly progresses. Like, some
Small
shirts
runs are good.
Yeah, so you know, it's I'm just trying to do some cool stuff, you know, and make sure it doesn't lose money. But
maybe I'm like
right now it's fine.
It seems like, as far as like blading clothing, I see a lot of dream shirts out. Am I just thinking that? Or
No, there's a lot. I sell like that for like the one I'm wearing right now. This shirt. I did this one I did 4 runs of. All the other ones have been 1 runs. We sold a ton of these shirts, and that's why, like, I don't do very well in stores, because I don't think stores are necessarily doing really well right now with the economy and with how many brands there are out there. I get a few orders on the website trickle in every month, but not very many. But I go to a lot of events, and at the live events where people actually can touch the shirt, that's where I sell. I like basically my main thing is live events. So that's why I was at 5 contests this year already, and I'm going to Blading Cup. That's
You want a Frankie?
That's kind of like, I'm not going to Frankie, no, but I went to Crowder Power.
Carriers? Come to Texas, baby.
Dude, you know what the problem is there's 3 there's 3 weekends in a row. I can't go like fly one place, to one place. Like Blading Cup's a big one for me.
Yeah, Blading Cup's the best.
And Crowder Power was really big, and I do the one in Atlanta, and then I went to 3 in New York last month, and so those are like, and I sold a lot of shirts, you know, like anywhere between 20 to 45 shirts every single event. Blading Cup last year, I sold like 75 shirts.
Let's go.
So that's why you see a lot of shirts, because, well, we've sold quite a bit for, I don't know, like how many other brands. I know Mesmer does fairly well with soft goods.
Yeah, their
you know, there's a whole
really
following
cool
with Mesmer, and I don't know how other brands do with soft goods, but live events is definitely the way to go for me, and Dream. And I really enjoy being at the live events, because I like talking to people. You know, not just seeing people I haven't seen in years, but, you know, talking to people who buy the stuff, or, you know, watch videos, and kind of just being personal with, you know, people who like the brand. So
yeah, I swung by your booth at Blade Cup last year, and I got one of your Dream pins, and I'm sitting here looking for it. I know it's in this drawer, but this drawer has a bunch of stuff in it. I was trying to find it, but yeah, the Dream pins are super sick. Also, they're like glittery and shiny.
Yeah, I really liked how those pins came out.
You ever look at the Cobra shirt?
These right here. Oh yeah, we looked at the Cobra shirt.
So sick.
Yeah, he was talking about it's designed by or the vibe is kind of like a mixture between Vicious and 4x4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm still on me. Whoops, there we go. Okay, the pin. Yeah, the pins are cool.
That's the sick one. I like that the gold around it with the I don't know what you call the astral print in the middle.
Yeah, that's one I have.
Yeah, it's like a glitter. It's like a black glitter.
That's sick.
Yeah, so they're all glitters, like a green glitter, and then a pink glitter, and a black glitter, and then I put them all on like a card stock, you know, like a little dream card, and then package them. So like
Yeah, there
that.
we go.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Yeah.
What is the what's with the burlap pouch? What was your idea there?
I was just looking for some other things to have, like to store stuff in, like tools or
Yeah, no, yeah.
you know, bearings or just to use for school to put your pins in or whatever. It's about the size of like a pin. Like you can put like a bunch of pins in there or whatever. I made some in my basement for MetroCard Classic, and I sold them almost all there. So people actually liked them.
I think that's super cool. Like there's a certain type of blader that wants to have everything, even non-blading related, be a blading brand. So like
Right.
having a bag, or I'm kind of blanking on like non-blading products, but just having a blading brand on it is always a really cool thing to have.
So a problem I have with Dream is, you know, the cost of making goods. Like, because I do really small runs, especially with embroidery, and I get stuff made in LA for the most part, because a lot of the embroidery shops in Vermont here are just not very good. You know, I pay a lot of money. I have to pay a lot of money in shipping, a lot for small runs, so it makes everything kind of expensive. So, but I do a lot of embroidery, a lot of different things. So what I did is I bought this. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I got this 15 needle embroidery machine from Japan that I bought recently.
Oh, nice. So you're going to be doing your own embroidery?
I'm going to be doing all my embroidery in house, and it does up to 16 by 12 embroideries, so you can do like full jacket backs and like 15 colors.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be doing that. It's definitely a learning curve figuring it out because I've never done it before, but I thought it'd be a good side project. I mean, a side business as well. So once I learn it, use it for myself, practice on all Dream stuff,
Some quilts.
and then start doing stuff for other people. And you know, I know a lot of people that have brands and bands and, you know, screen printing shops. So you know, I figure I can at least get a few little side jobs doing embroidery.
Hey, I'm down once
for
you
different projects.
like get it down and you're able to do hats. I'm down to pay for you to make me some rollerblading.
Well,
hats
hats is the first thing hats and beanies is the very first thing that I'm focusing on, because that's what I mainly get embroidered right now. So I will definitely let you know once I'm comfortable and skilled in it.
So like being able to do something like this on your own.
A blunt bag for sure.
Yeah, that's super sick.
Hide some of my greens inside of them bags.
Right.
Put the green inside of the bag. Zip it up.
That's what some
You
people do
smell
with
it.
the bags too at MetroCard. They use the bags for their weed.
For sure. Yeah, you gotta put the green away, and then it's in the dream bag. And be like, what is this? Be like, oh, it's my earth bag. Be like, oh, okay, cool. You ain't gonna mess with it.
So we got some people. They want a dream jacket, a dream pillowcase, a dream jockstrap. All right. Put those on
Oh, man, come on now.
to
We're
do
getting into
list.
The pillowcase ain't a bad idea.
J straps. What we talking about?
Some socks.
Yeah, I
would be
definitely
cool.
want to do a lot with, you know, on like jackets and like hoodies and things, you know, embellishments, because you can do just, you know, so much stuff like with it.
Yeah, socks like Jose said, socks would be a cool one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
socks
because it'd
would
be easy
cool.
like making beanies and hats, I'm sure.
Now, as far as the wheels go, let me go back to the internet. As far as the wheels go, I wanted to talk to you about where are your wheels being produced at? Are they being produced in China right now?
No, the wheels are made in South Korea. They're made at a factory called Gyro. And Gyro is a brand that's very popular in Asia and Europe for their slalom and urban wheels. They have a big slalom team, and the brand, it's been around since the 90s. It's a group of guys who went to university together. They were all engineering students, and for their final project, they created a urethane. and
Dang, that's sick.
and they ended up starting a wheel brand, Gyro, and doing their own brand, and then they make stuff for other people. So their very first clients back in the 90s was K2. They made all the K2 wheels, face wheels, you know, all those wheels from them. They do wheels for like FR, like the current FR company. They do wheels for like Chroma and Compass and Mushroom Blading and us. So, you know, 50-50. So yeah, they do a lot of wheels, and I'm sure they do wheels for tons of brands because there's so many brands around the world, like South America and Asia, and you know.
I was gonna say that sounds like all the brands. They make all the wheels.
Yeah, it's my problem right now is we have a new line that I'm ordering, but tariffs right now are 15%. Korea's like not happy with the U.S. and they're threatening to do stuff, so you know they might change it again to 20, whatever. Like, you know, it's like that's a lot of money. So wheels are already too expensive. You know, wheels went up a lot during COVID and they never went back down. Even though the cost of manufacturing has gone down since COVID. So it's tricky. Like if it gets too high, you know, you gotta have to think about what you're gonna do. Like maybe you sell a couple wheels to stores and then other wheels are only available on the website, or you raise prices. Like, you know, you would do that to keep prices down, or you sell everything to stores still, but you raise prices. I don't think people want to pay more money for wheels. I mean, everything's getting more expensive and everyone has less money to buy things.
400 for sole plates. I mean, 400 for sole plates.
Yeah.
I'm all right with kicking 50 or 60 for some wheels, I guess. Because I'm rolling on those. I don't know.
So what do you think, Jan, because you kind of brought this up about the
let me answer Jordan real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I don't make at AIM in Texas is because I don't support their politics. They're behind the scenes, and their stance on immigration and things like that.
You talking about like producing the wheels in the place in Texas that pours urethane?
Yeah, and they still get their from my understanding is most of the raw urethane used by U.S. wheel manufacturers comes from China. I mean, it comes from Korea and Japan, which would cause the wheels in the U.S. to go up in price too.
Tell them.
Well, you still love us, right? We live in Texas.
No, I love you guys. You guys I love.
It's so softly and gently.
You guys are
You
awesome.
don't work there, man.
Yeah, Texas is crazy. So do you think the wheel market is oversaturated right now? Because there are like a lot.
Oh yeah,
of
I mean
companies.
everything's oversaturated. Wheels, skates. I mean, look how many skate brands there are.
Yeah, that's true.
Wheels, and there's new wheels coming out. There's like, you know, I stayed with Clark Kirkman from Faction when I was when I went to Crowder Power, and he's starting a whole new wheel brand at AIM in Texas, with all new molds. He has full size. He's gonna have full size run, all new molds. You know, all these wheels. So it's like that's gonna be another you know wheel company. When I stopped at 50-50, I stopped with Lawrence. You know, Lawrence is a very old friend of mine, and he does great things. You know, but he has, I mean, between Compass, Chroma, 50-50, and Standard. Like if you look at the amount of wheels, just just the amount of different wheels he has on the market, that's like more than all the small brands combined. You know, just on that one company, and then you have, you know, same with Undercover. So it's like there's just a lot of wheels out there. That's like why I said earlier, it's a wheel brand, and we want to do cool wheels, but the focus is also really on soft goods, mainly now. It's also why we started bearings. But yeah, it's saturated. And with the skates, you know, I mean, you can't have that many skate companies surviving because there's a lot of money. That's those, you know, wheel companies, they can survive because it's like not as big an investment, but skate companies is a big investment.
For sure.
You know, especially people like Julio who are all in, you know, like his entire life and money and everything is in them. And when all these new companies start coming out, like he's the one who's you know, going to be hurt the most with all the competition. You know, Cougar is such a big brand. You know, Echo, big brand. Some of these other brands, there's a lot of money behind them, so it doesn't matter if they don't do as well because, you know, they're not all in with everything they have.
Yeah, it seems like Julio, he's got a lot more to lose than some of these bigger backed skate brands. But I think,
and you know, luckily he has such a core following with that brand. You know, and it came over from Valo, so I mean, I don't think it's gonna like be too bad for him, but it's like the more brands that come out, it's like the more competition. You know, it's just it can't sustain itself.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the person behind the company. Like that's one thing that gives Dream the upper hand is first off, the logos are cooler than any other logos that are out. But then also, you know, the person behind it, we know your history in rollerblading. And then also it's kind of because it's a smaller brand, it's more exclusive. And I think rollerbladers have always liked, you know, exclusivity, if I'm saying that right. But having something that not, you know, that's not extremely mass produced, you know, it's kind of more unique. It's kind of more of a craft wheel, I guess you could say, if that makes sense. But I think that's something that, you know, will really help it stand out in an oversaturated market with all these companies that are, you know, doing the big things.
Yeah, no, that's true. And Jordan says that 50/50 is going to move their wheels over to Chroma, so that would be
I mean, are people buying 50/50 wheels though?
I feel like a lot of people buy 50/50 wheels.
50/50 wheels for real?
I mean, they're cheaper. I mean, they're the same factory as where
Yeah,
we get the
cheaper
wheels
wheel,
made.
and then you're just gonna shred right through them. Like, why
No,
not buy
they're the
wheels
same.
and support
They're the same
owners?
factory. They're cheaper because they're not like, I mean, they're not I guess Pro Wheels or whatever. Like, you know, Chroma's like their premium brand with the Pro
Which
Wheels,
Pro
so they're a
Wheels
little bit
are
more
tight.
expensive.
Look at
But they're good wheel, the 50/50, you know?
It was just a black. All they had was just a black wheel.
They have a white and a black wheel.
Yeah, just cut the fat and just put it to the other company, and then you can just focus on Chroma.
Yeah.
It's the illusion of choice. Like you get the idea, you get like cheaper if you're getting like the brand, almost like the generic.
And really, like when you buy the Dream wheels, you know, they are they're exclusive because we don't make a lot of them. I mean, I make the first Pro wheels, we made 250 sets of each Pro. That's it. 350 of these daisies. So it's not a lot of wheels. You know, we were making, you know, thousands and thousands of wheels with 4x4. Like, unbelievable amount of wheels. We would do 4,000 sets at a time. And bearings, you know, with Vicious. Like, there was a skate shop in France called Hawaii Surf, and they would order like 400 sets of bearings at a time, you know, like, you know, every couple of months. So it was big back then for those brands. And a lot of it had to do with, obviously,
Hawaii Surf in France?
Yeah, in Hawaii Surf in France, yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. All right, France is down with Hawaii. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, they got a nice coast down, and they got nice coast in France too, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Got those nice beaches.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, Jan, I don't know if it's something you want to do since you said you're not going to be able to make it out to carriers, but I'm going to have a table out there and, you know, it's just selling RBISF merch. If you want to send me some Dream stuff to sell for you, I'm more than happy to put it out and, you know, just send you all the, you know, all the sales money, you know, just to get your stuff at carriers also.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about that. That sounds nice. That's a nice offer of you.
No, let's negotiate this publicly.
We'll talk about it on the back end. Just something I was thinking about.
It's gonna cancel
there'll be
you.
a lot of people wanting to buy some Dream stuff at carriers for sure. That's just.
It's gonna be like,
They'll definitely want to buy the red corduroy hat.
Oh, John, you're saying Fritz is gonna be like, no.
Fritz is canceling, Josh. Yeah, Glow gonna send you some warning shot about baby. You got
Daddy don't won't hurt him.
No, you know, Fritz is you know,
kid.
he moved to Cyprus, and he aged like 10 years with his hair.
Yeah. He got that fresh white.
Yeah.
got that fresh coat. He got that powder coat. My dog.
He's gonna love this.
Oh, hey, we love Fritz. Out
Is
here.
Fritz
I miss
flying
him
back?
too. I haven't
Is-
seen it. I haven't seen his face. I
He's-
feel like
Is he
That'd be
flying back
weird.
for the contest or what?
Yeah.
I hope he might just send a hologram.
Okay.
AI baby.
Like 9 different Fritz's show.
Well, I saw him on an
Fritz
airplane
white-haired
yesterday. So.
hologram. That sounds sick.
No, he'll definitely be in town for the carriers.
Yeah, I'm like kind of like I don't. There's a lot. Like a year is pretty long, right? There's a lot of weekends, and I don't know why. Like it's Frankie Blading Cup carriers like 3 weekends in a row. It's a little
Yeah.
It's a
tight.
good way to win a lot of money quick.
They try to get all the.
Yeah.
It's also a good way to spend a lot of money quick.
It
Flying
is,
from
but
city
if
to
you
city.
get cheap flights, you can cash up.
Yeah. Usually all the pros are like on the side of like the U.S., so they probably thought it'd be easier to have all of them. You know,
Yeah, the
Mhm.
who was
you
it?
don't want to fly back to Europe and then have to come back. I don't know how many months later.
Yeah, that made the most sense to me. I'd never really thought
It's
about
so
like,
good
if
to
these
know
guys are
that-
flying in, they might as well fly in one time and just try to knock it all out. I mean,
Knock
it's
2
a
comps
harder
out.
schedule, but damn, he must be feeling pretty worked by the third weekend.
Let's go.
Jeff Downes is gonna win, guys. Y'all can stay in your
like
places.
Freddie Fritz
You
Jr.
stay where you're at. My boy Donas got it in the bag. Unironically.
Okay.
So who's going to Blading Cup out of you guys?
What was that, Jan?
Anybody? Anyone going to Blading Cup? Out of you guys?
I don't think I'm gonna make it out this year.
I'm gonna
We're
try.
trying to do Winter Clash.
I'm not going.
We're doing Winter Clash.
I got my winter.
It's
I'm
Halloween
gonna. I'll be.
weekend.
I think I'm gonna go to Winter Clash.
We got the tickets for it. We just got to do our airfare and just get all that kind of situated. We're trying to move too, so we're just trying to get all the ducks in a row.
Yeah, you're gonna move to Cyprus with Fritz?
Negative, negative. We're in Denton, man. We like Denton out here. It's cool.
Okay.
Hey,
It's
Jan,
cool.
just for
We
like
like
for
it
a
out here.
beef, would you ask Fritz to be on your team and just see what he says?
Fritz, well, shoot. He doesn't really respond to my texts, so I don't think that's gonna happen, dude.
Join the club.
Yeah, join the club, Jan. We can't get a hold of that fool either.
Yeah,
Either get no contact or way too much contact.
man.
I talk to him about once a week. But yeah, he's kind of hard to get a hold of.
What a weird ass question.
It would be funny to ask him though. I'll ask him. I'll be like,
What
"Hey,
about,
Jan,
can
what to put
we
you
get
on,
into
dog?"
videos?
What'd you say, John?
I say, can we get into some videos? Pick his
Oh,
brain about a couple
Yeah.
videos. Brady mentioned some. And
Yeah. I
I'll
got some
go.
videos to talk about. I just want to talk about one. Just move on to another topic real quick because Daily Bread was such a big part of our youth and such a big part of rollerblading back in the day. You had a big part in Daily Bread, correct? What was your role in Daily Bread?
Well, I moved to Daily Bread, and I moved to San Diego in December 1999 to work at Daily Bread. For doing so, I should jump back. In Texas, starting in 1995 to 1999, I did a online and print zine called Scum Magazine. I'm sure some of you remember that. And Scum Magazine had like 30 issues. And in 1999, South by Southwest, the music festival that most people should know of, introduced the Interactive Media Festival. And I entered Scum Magazine, and it won Best Sports Website at South by Southwest. It beat out like Dallas Stars and like all sorts of different sports websites. And I got all sorts of job offers. It was during the big .com thing that was happening, and almost every company that offered me a job went out of business. I always liked Daily Bread, and Angie Walton offered me a job to work out there and do what I was doing at Scum, but for Daily Bread. But when I got there, it was actually like she just wanted me to like program the website. And my thing was I create content. I don't want to make a website, right? I create content, skating content, promote people. Scum was all about promoting Texas and the South, and I did videos with it and everything. So when I got there, I wanted to continue Scum, but she got real angry about it and didn't want me to do, and wanted me to just do website stuff. And anyway, told her I'm not doing the website stuff. I ended up doing more editorial, like writing articles, doing some layout of the magazine. Got somebody else on the website stuff. And then I was only there for 2 years. About 6 or 7 months after working there, when I moved there, I'd filmed United Front. That was like while I was there, and I put it out myself, which she also didn't like that I did my own video. That's when she wanted me to make the Daily Bread video, the next Daily Bread video. So I made Quatro and the No One's Children, and I had quit Daily Bread already like a year before No One's Children came out. And during that year, that's when I made Still This video of the Razors and video. And Still This video and No One's Children both premiered at ASR Trade Show in 2002. One on a Friday night, one on a Saturday night. So that was really cool to experience that. But yeah, working at Daily Bread it wasn't like an awesome experience like I thought it would be. It was definitely like, it was not really that fun working there, but everyone who worked there was cool, as far as the employees go. And going out and filming and with all these crazy skaters, because everybody went to San Diego at that time. Everyone from around the world. It was guaranteed. You went to San Diego, you went to Daily Bread, you would meet up with a photographer and a filmer, and you'd go out and session. So that was awesome. And I got to travel a little bit for Daily Bread. And I filmed a lot too for the Daily Bread Europe video, which was terribly edited. I don't know if you guys saw it. Chaos. It was like the worst Daily Bread video. But I did film a lot for it. It was made by Matteo Anastasio, and it was sad because I filmed a lot for it. Like I was on tour for like a month filming out there, and it didn't come out that great. Yeah, so Ant in the credits, or not in the credits, in the chat said, maybe she got mad because you made a shirt that said "fuck the other magazines." So Lonnie Gallegos' mom, when I won South by Southwest, she made a shirt that said "Scum," had www.scummagazine.com, which was a website, and on the back it says "fuck the other magazines." So, yeah, pretty funny. But yeah, so I worked at Daily Bread, and it was definitely an interesting experience. Would I go back and do it again? If probably not, actually. But
did anyone enjoy working? I think this is like the story from.
No one enjoyed working. No one enjoyed working there. No one. Nobody worked. Like no one had fun. It was miserable, and the whole thing turned into just a mess. So yeah, it was like that whole. I mean, all that, so much drama with that. It was. I got out of there before all the drama. So that was the nice thing. So I got out to that year.
Like you were down before it went bust or whatnot. You were.
I went by that point. So I was long gone before it went bust, but John Elliott and our other roommate was Wes Driver, who was part of One Magazine. So we got to be right in the middle of the shit, So,
you were definitely a part.
So it was like, it was a lot. It was heavy, and it was definitely not a very fun time. If you're around San Diego during that time, you lived there, you definitely knew how bad the whole situation was. Yeah. So. And sixth up, Quatro is the one with Ian McLeod jumping off the roof.
Yeah.
Well,
Quatro was a good one.
Well, let's get into some videos. Did you want to say something first?
Before we get off Daily Bread, kind of like segueing into videos, what was your input on the Daily Bread videos? Did they want to tell you who's going to get profiles, or did it just come down to who filmed the most?
No, I picked everything. Those videos were 100% what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So, I picked who was going to get a section. I went out, filming wise, there was all those people in town, right? Mm-hmm. So I was filming whoever was there. I made a lot of edits that weren't actually in videos that had a lot of good skating in it too. Obviously Southern California itself had so many good skaters. I mean,
you know, you look at just San Diego, you had Brian Shima, Elliot, Haffey, all the Santee guys, you know, and then you had Connor O'Brien and Nick and Ian McLeod and and Jeff Stockwell, all those Southern Orange County guys, and we skate with them all the time, and they were all super good. But yeah, basically with all the profiles and everything, it was just up to me, and it kind of was like that with the Daily Bread New York issue with Franco Camayo on the cover. Like, they wanted to do a New York story, and I was the one who kind of found who all the skaters were in New York that we should cover, and went out there and did that with, you know, Franco and Mike Johnson and Dustin Halloran and all those guys. And Rob G right here, you're seeing him. Rob G's also got an old connection to Texas because he spent every summer with Jason Howard, you know, in the 90s. He was in Austin every summer, all summer long.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I filmed I filmed in all my old 90s videos. There's a lot of Rob G footage. He's got a full section in Urban Decay, which is also a section that Aunt Medina has a section, or video that Aunt Medina has a section in. And then obviously had a section in No One's Children. But yeah, him and Jason Howard's originally from the Bay Area, and Jason Howard and Rob G went to elementary school together, and their parents were best friends. So that's how they met. So when Jason moved to Austin, Rob G would come visit him every summer.
So, well, I guess we're gonna jump into videos. But gosh, I'm sorry. You're talking about like the people around. Like, you did United Front. You said you did at the time you were working at Daily Bread.
Yeah, I want to bring up United Front.
Okay,
so let me bring up United Front real quick, and then because I have some questions about United Front, because that was like one of the first videos that I remember from back in the day. I thought I had it bookmarked. Man, I'm slacking over here. I got everything bookmarked but that. Luckily, the way you have your YouTube channel set up, which if y'all don't follow Jan, which I'm sure you do, but the way you got your YouTube channel set up is so sick. It's just all very organized.
So tomorrow, while you're there, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's a premiere for, I upscaled Leading the Blind and did a little commentary before and after. So you can watch that starting tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what's up. I went to click on it today, and I was like, oh, he put Leading the Blind. And then I was like, oh, damn it.
Notify me. No.
Yeah, so, I mean, back in that era, I was making at least one video a year. You know, so the last year was Austin 1999 is when I went to Europe and made Last Call, which was an all-European video. Had Albert Huey's first section. It also had like a Chris Fleener section that he shared with Jochen Smuda. And then when I moved to San Diego is when I did United Front. The next year, Quatro. The next year, No One's Children. The next year, still this video. So
I wanted to ask you, and I'm sure Brady has questions, but this was like Chris Haffey's like first major big section, I believe. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Well, I'd say he did have some smaller sections in Brian Bell videos, because before I moved to San Diego, he filmed primarily with Brian Bell. Because Brian Bell primarily filmed with, you know, he kind of filmed all the San Diego guys. And once I moved there and, you know, at Daily Bread and, you know, hang out with Shima and everything, like, you know, we kind of took him underneath our wing and I filmed with him. So I would say United Front, because it was distributed by Daily Bread, had a much bigger reach than the Brian Bell videos. So I'd say it would be like his first, probably his first long section, because it's two sections in this video. He's basically got two profiles, and probably had the most reach, you know, internationally.
Did you feel like,
so,
not that like, did you feel like, because you did this and Quatro back to back with Haffey sections, did you feel like you kind of like had something right, like there was about to be something big? Like, I'd imagine skating with Chris in person.
Oh yeah, Haffey, you're just, you know, you watch him skate, he's so good and so young. And there's a lot of stuff in this video. Like there was he did a Soyal on some really steep rail like a little while ago. They were watching, and it was like his first ever time doing that switch Soyal was that clip. So it's like, you know, like a 20-stair rail.
How old was he?
But
yeah, how old was he during this time?
This he's probably about 15 right here.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I used to pick him up
he would get off school. He lived on Coronado Island, which is a kind of a nice island. You take a toll bridge over. And it's not toll anymore, actually. It's like one of the only toll things that's paid for itself, and they got rid of the toll. So, but anyway, I would pick him up after school, and we would go film. And, you know, all these spots, like, were so sick.
Yeah, so you knew
And,
at this point he was gonna be huge. You had to have known.
Yeah. No, we knew for sure. I mean, all of them had that potential to be huge. You know, Haffey and, you know, Lyle and Nick, but Chris's personality was a little bit easier than some, you know, like Santee guys were all crazy, you know. And Chris was next level. Like, they were all really good, but Chris was next level. It was like basically like at that period, it was like Chris, Broskow, and Farmer.
Yeah.
Were like
those three vibrant,
basically battling each other
for sure
on who was going to be the most dominant blader in blading. And they were all very young,
with some sprinkles of other people in there that show highlights, but for the most part it was those three. Just it's just
and
whoever
then,
you
obviously,
like.
You know, and those three were very inspired by, like, you know, Shima and
the
and
Elliot and stuff.
And Julio, you know. But I think, you know, the whole kind of rock thing that came out of 4x4 really had an effect on a lot of people back then. So
for sure.
Chris
but yeah,
for Chris Haffey, did he have a fast come up? Like, did he learn, like, how long had he been skating at this point? He's only
so
15.
Chris had been skating since, I think he first started skating when he was like 8.
Oh wow.
He had a photo when he was like maybe 10 or something, or 9 or 10, with a very young Randy Spicer at a ASA or a NIST contest. So it's like when Randy Spicer was like a grommet, Chris was like micro grommet. And they have a photo together.
Did Chris skate in competitions? Like, I feel like, did he skate in, like, what would be around back then? Like,
he skated in IYTAs.
And
no, I mean like park comps.
No, I
LG,
don't think he skated.
Later.
I don't think he skated park contests. I don't think he was a contest skater, even though, which is funny because he started doing all the Mega Ramp stuff. But
yeah,
I mean, he killed parks, but he wasn't. I don't think he was. I don't remember him doing any contest.
Here, we got a super chat real quick from Generic.
It says after video talk.
Oh, okay. Wait, let's see. Please answer after video talk. Okay, what's Jan's favorite DFW-based bands in his vinyl collection? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get into that. Just don't let me forget. But thank you so much, Generic Old Blader, for the super chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll definitely bring that up. But go ahead, Jan. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I kind of forgot what I was talking about.
We were talking about Haffey not being so much of a park skater, being more of a skater.
Oh yeah, I don't remember him at skating competitions really. You know, none of those guys really skated contests. You know, I can't think of, like, you know, Connor or, you know, those guys skating many contests. I don't even remember what contests were, because like NIST and ASA were like already kind of gone.
Yeah, he skated the LG comps. He skated, you know, of course, Hoedown, all those types of comps. And
yeah, those contests. Yeah, Hoedown for sure.
But he was killing the LGs near the end before they went out in like 2004, 2005.
Oh, and also the ESCO park too.
Oh yeah,
the SDSF.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just don't. I don't really remember. I didn't know he went to some of those Miracle Showdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I spent so much time with him that it's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Outside of all those, I mean, we went on so many sessions. You know, street sessions, and I spent so much time finding spots. You know, like I found so many. You know, I would just drive around, look for spots, and I just kind of have a memory. I can always remember how to get back to it after going there once.
Did you find the leap of faith?
No, that was a ready found spot. But that school has so much. That school has so much to skate. Like that spot, like that last ledge spot, that was right by our house. It was like right, you could skate to it down the street. Super
This one
fun.
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks like a sick ledge.
that
This
was
is
an
all-
incredible spot.
This is all in San Diego.
Yeah, everything is going to be in San Diego, and his, like, I mean, that's Orange County, San Diego, Orange County, you know, but most of it's San Diego.
I've been to.
What was
LA,
your
though.
favorite video to film, but then like edit, put together, like everything went like? What was the one video that was like?
Everything went right.
I mean, a
Everything
video that
was
was
perfect.
a video that was fun to edit was United Front 2 Trash, because it was so wild, you know, like with all the colors and cuts and music, and it was just like a fun.
I had a clip in the credits.
You did have a clip in that.
Let's go.
And then
really, I want to see.
Wait.
And then also Steal This Video too, as well. You know, because Steal This Video, there was just so much good skating and good sections of
Howard told me a bunch about that video with like the whole trip with the Kelsos. Like he told me a bunch about that.
I want to talk about Steal This Video, but first I want to find John's clip.
And also, while you're looking, there it is.
There it
It's
is.
your boy.
That's what it do.
It's your boy.
Oh wait, oh, damn.
Take that
It's your
boy to
boy with the
Louisville.
Frodo.
Yo,
Hey,
that's crazy. I
You ain't
used to
seen
watch
me
this
with the
video a
Fro, now
lot.
you know.
I can't believe you were on it.
Oh, Chris Boletti, he was sick too.
Yeah.
Hey,
If
Jan,
you
I
ain't
was
seen
wanted
me
to
with the
ask,
Fro, now you know.
what was the chase rushing bonus section in Trash? Where did that come from?
There it is. Damn.
It
Like, was that something
was.
you edited or was it
Oh, he was
submitted? Do
hype.
you remember?
I think they sent it to me.
That's what
you know,
that would
I
make
don't
more sense.
remember.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think
Mick Weldon.
Has like the Gang of Four song, I think.
yeah, I think it was Mick Weldon.
Yeah,
like, you're
Mick
right.
Weldon went to Cali
Yeah.
with Chase.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
New
this is-
Mexico too. It was like New
love this
Mexico
section.
and Cali section.
We should go there.
Greenbacks? All right, let's do it.
He's got the floppy
Yeah.
Let me down for some
ERS.
money back.
Oh, we were just next door to there the other night at the Banksa Ledge. That's cool.
What, money back?
Sick
We
ass
talking
Chris
money back?
also.
I guess so, yeah. Where you did that 540?
Yeah. I'll be
So-
down for greenbacks. That'd be cool.
No, that rail sucks. But as far as I didn't want to talk about that rail's fine.
I've
but
never
it's
seen
like,
Jose do it.
it never slides. It never slides. But
Well, you're the one filming.
We
You're
put
not
the
gonna skate.
lacquer. Hey, let's just
True.
lacquer it. That's why we have lacquer now. If
Yeah, we can try to
something
lacquer
don't
it.
slide, you put the lacquer on it.
but I wanted to get into
I wasn't
steel.
Oh, there
wearing
goes Arrow.
Cyrus's, I was wearing the
wanted to
Shimas. The
Get-
Shima
John, shut
threes
up for
or
a second.
fours or something.
Just kidding.
Cheese
Somebody
and
asked in the chat
rice.
for you. Shut up. You have me on your show. I'm
I
a thought.
I'm just kidding with you.
You better be kidding.
Oh,
I'll Joe Budden this podcast. I'll just walk on off. I'll Joe Budden this real quick.
Oh, thank you so much, John Metz, for the super chat. He said, question for Jan and everyone. What are your thoughts on beef within rollerblading? Good skaters and bad attitudes. Yeah, there's actually been a lot of beef going on right now. Jan, what do you think about beef within rollerblading?
Well, I feel like there's always been beef
$20
in
on
rollerblading.
beef? Let's go.
You know, I mean, rollerblading's always had beef. I feel like there's probably less beef now. I mean, there was a lot more beef in the '90s when you had all those crews, especially multiple crews in their cities.
Who was beefing? Who was
I
beefing in the
think-
90s?
I think public. I mean, I think public beef is like silly. You know, I mean, nobody needs to watch that shit go down on social media.
Like we just
And
had,
and as
we
far as
just
good
had,
skaters with bad attitudes, there's always been really good skaters with bad attitudes, and a lot of, especially in the early 2000s, and a lot of kids were pretty disappointed
Mhm.
when they met their idols at
Shit.
competitions because they weren't actually that friendly. I mean, there's some really friendly skaters, and there wasn't like a big rock star attitude in the 2000s, so they weren't necessarily that nice to kids.
who would you
I
say
feel
was-
like
Oh yeah.
like who was
I'm-
acting like
I'm
that?
not. I don't really want to. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna really
why-
say names, but I
Oh,
would want to
boy.
say that, like, you know, somebody
Spice.
who's really good with kids is Montre. You know, like he makes every kid his best friend.
Yeah,
um,
Montre's super dope.
I feel like
you
Jake
know,
Paul was
so,
always
like,
good, too.
And you know, another thing, it's
How about
like,
that?
obviously, you know, all these guys were kind of young back then. They were kids themselves. Today, it's like everybody's adults, right? So adult beef is a little bit different.
Yeah, the people meeting their idols are like, Their idols are 20 years younger than them.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Beef.
Beef.
Yeah, I
What's
just think
beef?
it's all more out in the open, but it's just there's people.
Was
when people have that
there
attitude.
somewhere that you're trying to that he was asking where the beef is now? John, are you up to the newest beef on the
I don't know. I feel like
IG?
there's always some sort of beef. I mean, there's my Instagram feed had some sort of beef with Adam Johnson
and Downness, and then
And
we got
Downness.
Gav and Wilson. Like we got some beef right now. We got some back and forth. Table tennis,
but it's
baby.
it's like
That's public.
it's like in public beef on social media. I think it's kind of funny.
That's fun. Then we all get to watch it unfold.
And that's
Yeah.
just not cool.
Clickbait.
It's just not a cool look.
Yeah.
Have like company owners. Yeah.
Clickbait.
Posting DMs, man. Come on. Look how cool I looked here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's entertaining.
Definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
So as far
Leave
as
the TMZs.
Man, I watched this video so
Oh,
many times.
hollering.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
video was filmed in a very short amount of time. You know, a lot of this was filmed on a tour that Jason Howard was on. I think that's the one he told you about. Where
Yeah.
we drove up. We were supposed to drive up to
That's John.
Portland. We made it to Humboldt County in California, where John Elliott's cousin had a weed farm, and everyone got so stoned we never made it to Portland. So we ended up staying there for like 2 weeks. But we filmed a lot of that, and then a lot of the park stuff is from that Blitz tour that I was on. That was like a 30-day tour.
Big
I
gap.
like that Blitz
This-
for edit.
So this airport gap, so there was a show I was doing on my YouTube channel called The Vault, where I get raw tapes and I talk over all the raw clips. The next episode coming out is that tape with all that ski footage,
Oh, nice.
Oh.
lots of Lyle stuff, Connor stuff. It's a really
How
good
many-
tape.
How many tapes did you go through?
Well, so tapes were expensive back then.
I
right?
know. That's
So,
why I asked.
You know, I have maybe like 400 tapes here, and I probably recorded over a lot of them like once or twice. So there's a lot of the old footage, a lot of that early,
Jeez.
like Last Call, Urban Decay, Daily Bread stuff. A lot of that's recorded over, because it's just you didn't have the money to buy new tapes all the time.
Yeah, that's
Today it's really easy. You can just put everything on external drives. External drives back then were really small and they didn't hold that much.
What were you filming with, Jan? Were you like a GL1, a GL2, or were you filming
Yeah,
with
so-
Sony's?
So my first camera I had was I got a VHS-C camera at a thrift store for like $5 that only filmed in like hues of blue. And that's what I did my first videos with Jason Howard, Lonnie, and all them. It was like Scratched was one of them, and then America's Army was like when I got a high 8, so it was like a little bit of VHS-C, high 8. I used high 8 until Last Call. Urban Decay was the first video I had a mini DV, and it was a Sony TRV little handycam. Filmed Last Call with that, and for Urban Decay. So with rollerblading, people had mentioned there's no money in rollerblading. Well, there wasn't any back then either, only for certain people. So I never made enough. I got screwed over in a lot of videos. Like Last Call, I never got paid for by Video Action Sports. I got screwed over on United Front hard. I didn't get any money for that. And so I never made enough money to buy a camera. So when this TRV9 broke, I borrowed Shima's GL1 that I filmed United Front with. For Quatro, I used that GL1, and Daily Bread had a XL1, which was not the funnest camera to film with. Like, it's so big and bulky.
Yeah, and it doesn't have an LCD screen. Which
No,
is super dumb.
and basically all this stuff, all these videos I filmed with Shima's GL1. And then I never had a camera. I still don't have a video camera.
Hey, so you made all these videos with other people's cameras?
Yeah, all of them. No, I didn't have enough money to buy a camera.
So wait, when
That's
there's
fucking
those,
awesome.
when there's those clips of like Haffey and Shima going on like the solo missions, that's just the same camera that you were borrowing
Same
from them.
camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's sick.
And And in still this video, there's a clip in Just Aqua section of him kicking the fisheye off the lens. I don't know if you remember, but in a section he's doing like a 540 at over like a volcano at the Pismo Beach skate park, and he hits the fisheye. And I remember that fisheye, the whole front of the GL1 popped off with the fisheye and flew across the park, and it was like all slow motion. Everybody stopped talking and hit the transition and rolled in. Well, that camera was also a borrowed camera. The Kelso's borrowed it from what's his name? That
Jet?
From Philadelphia, from Jet. Yeah, they borrowed Jet's camera. So that was Jet's camera that got the front of it kicked off. That they borrowed from him.
It's like
With those clip-on fisheyes, like the side clips, you like clipped on the fisheye. Or was it like a twist on?
It was the Century Optics twist on.
Some of those cheap GL clip that had like the side
It clipped on. It had like the three little hooks that you kind of turn it onto.
I'm trying to find that.
And then I never used a Sony. You know, I never used a VX. I don't even think I've ever touched a VX.
That was what Lonnie used.
Yeah, a lot of people use VXs. I like them. I mean, they film completely different. I thought they were both nice.
I like their night. Yeah, their nighttime was really good.
Yeah, right here.
Oh yeah, I see.
Good job.
And somebody asked what percentage of old footage I've released on the vault. Not very much. What I've done 16 episodes, and I have what I say like 400 something tapes. So
are you going in?
It takes a long time. I'm slowly but surely. It takes a long time because I got to digitize them. At first I was buying cheap or old mini DV cameras on eBay or Amazon Marketplace, and they would either eat the tapes or they would just break. So somebody sent me a mini DV deck, like a nice mini DV deck, Sony, like a professional deck, and I've been using that, and that works really nice. But I lost some some old Edwin tapes, got eaten. I got to try to get them fixed.
Rest in peace.
So yeah, it's just, and then the thing is like you digitize them, and then it's like I don't play the whole tape because honestly, like, you know, I like to have a lot of attempts so you see that these guys didn't do everything first try, but like a lot of them didn't do anything like 100 tries. So I'm not gonna have 100 attempts, you know, forever of just attempts.
Yeah.
So I do cut it down a little bit. So I'll cut it down to like 10, 15 attempts while I talk over it. So I do edit it down quite a bit. And then it's, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, everybody's young. There's some stuff said that, you know, shouldn't be repeated. So I cut out a lot of stuff like that. You know,
trimming the fat, dog.
Yeah, well, it's just like
the beef. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know, I want to have it just be like the happy skating times. You know, so with that, like, yeah, I trim it down and then I upscale it, which takes a long time. Like that new one I did with the ski tape, it took 39 hours to upscale the footage.
Damn.
So, you know, maybe if I had a newer computer, it might go faster. But with what I have now, it like takes a long time. It looks good, but it's like, so it takes a long time to put all these things together, you know. And in the end, it's a lot of time spent, you know, just for like, so people have stuff to watch, you know, like it's not like you get anything out of it. But I enjoy doing it. It's just, that's kind of why I stopped doing it for a year and a half, because it took a lot of time and I kind of got burnt out.
Is it Shima's computer?
Do what?
Is it Shima's computer?
I get
no, it's my computer.
I get that it takes a while, but I think, like a lot of people, I'm looking forward to it, you know, coming back. And I like the way you do it. I personally, I would like if they were a little longer. You know, I feel like they always end a little too soon. But I get what you're saying about not wanting like an hour long.
Well, some of them are fairly long. Mm-hmm. Some of them are shorter because some of the tapes are shorter.
Right.
You know, some of the tapes I didn't film the whole tape on. It's only got 15 minutes of footage on it.
I like when sometimes in the episodes you're kind of reference a tape that you might find in the future, and it's always like, I wonder if we'll ever actually see that clip come out.
Yeah.
But with the ski clip,
and then that's the thing too. Oh, what's that?
I'm just gonna ask, like, with the ski tape, were you looking for that one because you knew people would want to see that, or is it something you came upon looking through all your tapes?
So I already have a lot of tapes digitized. So I probably have 40 tapes digitized that I hadn't done anything with yet, and I had them, and so that was just the first one I picked to put up next.
Oh man.
Sick.
I have a lot of high A tapes, but the high A tapes, the footage is longer on them. It's like 2 hours of footage, so it's even more work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And more upscaling, so it's like it's just a lot, you know. So if I could do like 2 episodes a month with that, I think that'd be about as much as I could do.
Yeah, that's not.
Y'all see how much work he's putting in for y'all. Go buy a set of wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy a t-shirt. Buy a hoodie.
You know
support,
this.
support, because he's putting in work, and that's all for y'all. And you're seeing this ain't free, and it takes a lot of time. So definitely support.
Also, I want to shout out Launder, because Launder also sent me one of the cameras that I used that
sick.
also broke eventually. But I was able to capture some stuff with it, so I really appreciate that.
Footage was just sick.
That's the thing too. Like, if anyone out there is looking at digitizing old DV footage, find a deck, or you're gonna lose your tapes. Also, it's much easier to digitize on a PC than it is on a Mac. Much cheaper. So if you have like an old PC, it can be like 20 years old, it'll still do a better job digitizing.
It's good to know. I have a whole bunch of old DV tapes that I want to try to get the footage back off of. So that's good to know.
Yeah, so all you need for PC is a FireWire card and a free app that was made in like 95 or 98 or something that's like super tiny, and it's perfect for digitizing.
Can you use it on like Windows 11, like on new PCs?
Yeah, you can. It'll run on new Windows.
Okay, sick.
So I have a new system that runs that. That's why I actually started doing all my digitizing on PC.
What did this footage end up in? That was in
Demo day, right?
Yeah.
The Carl Sturgis video.
I don't remember.
I believe
I used it in something. I'm pretty sure.
My friends are always talking about this rail. Like, is that really? I love this. This looks like such a cool spot. But it seemed like it was only this session. We never saw this rail ever again.
Yeah.
It's like,
I just remembered a farmer clip with the red shirt on.
Uh-huh.
I was definitely there because I'm standing at the top of the staircase.
So you do plan on doing more vaults, and you just did a live stream with Cody Sanders from Jumbo. Do you plan on getting back into doing more streams? And
yeah, I don't like doing solo streams because I kind of like just have to kind of make up stuff to talk about the whole time. So having somebody else with me is much more fun. So I'll see if I can get Cody to jump on and just have some more topics. Even, I was thinking about having some guests, and unlike the podcast I was doing previously where it was like interviewing people, like the thing with the Now Blading podcast I did there, with Jump Street and other podcasts out there, like I don't want to repeat what's been talked about on other podcasts. So I'd watch like the podcasts, all the podcasts they've ever done, which took forever to see what they talk about. So I wouldn't talk about the same thing, but either talk about new stuff or expand on stuff they talked about in old podcasts.
Yeah, I thought
and that's just like
that. I thought about
that's
doing
just
that
like a
with you.
lot.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
just a lot. And
I said nope.
so what I'd rather do is have guests on and just talk about a certain topic, not about like their skating history.
That's pretty cool.
Like for instance, I want to kind of, I've always wanted to help people to promote skating, because a lot of people want to do things in skating, but they don't know how to do it. And there's not really a lot of people who do a lot of stuff in skating. So, but the people who do it really well. So I want to talk to people like that who host events, who host night skates, who do contests, and talk about how they do it and so other people can do it. And I was going to do that on the Big Wheel Blading website, but I kind of want to do that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was kind of my approach when I was talking to the guys about bringing guests on, is not just bringing on rollerbladers and how'd you get started, what'd you do, like it's kind of overkill, but talking to people in the industry, company owners, people like yourself who, you know, made all these skate videos and have a lot of insight. I kind of get where you're going with that.
Yeah. So, and then there's another series on the YouTube channel. Well, one thing I discovered is I had a lot of ideas, but they're all kind of different. So there's way too many different types of videos on there. There's a vault, but then there's also the videos where it's just the raw clips from the profiles themselves. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like I had Bellino's, Bellino's section, just all the raw clips from his section.
That's awesome. I love watching raw clips. That's kind of
Yeah, so
like that's what Jumbo did that hit so good was just their raw format. And I think I mean it's like kind of referred to as Jumbo style, or at least that's what I call it, because I mean they kind of blew it up recently. And yeah, that's why those are so much fun to watch.
yeah, it's like you look at these old, you know, it's harder to do that back then because, you know, tape space was valuable, so you just don't sit around and film too much other stuff besides the skating.
Yeah.
You know, unless that's what your goal was setting out. You know, with the cameras today now, you can really never have to stop rolling, you know, because you can just easily store everything. It's actually surprising. Cody told me he deletes everything after he puts it up on YouTube.
No, sir.
I like save everything, so just in case I want it again.
He probably has to film a lot of footage and, you know, cut a lot of stuff out because
Yeah, I would at least keep all the skating clips, you know, or at least the good skating clips. Because he gets a lot of good clips. You know, their trip to Europe
For sure.
really good skating. You know,
amazing.
And you know, and Austin has so many. You know, Austin has always had so many good skaters.
Ooh. Sheesh.
Yeah, that was Aaron Miller.
You know,
That was sick.
That's an old school B-Bell skater. And Poncho, that was during this is all during the Vicious tour.
Oh yeah, I was looking for. I have the Vicious video. Vicious was a really dope company, and another company with super sick logos. Who was doing the Vicious
so
logos back then?
Chris Peel did all the original logos for. He's the one who did the Dream logo.
So Chris Peel did all the stuff for Vicious, and Vicious was a brand that was started by Chris Peel, myself, and John Elliott, and it was kind of our like pet project. But then we kind of did it through Ratto. Looking back, we should have had it separated. But yeah, he did all that those shirts. A little bit later on, we got some different artists do stuff too. Chris's brother is also a graphic designer. He did some shirts. Adam Namera did some shirts. Wes Driver did some shirts. So
this was kind of the time in blading whenever it kind of started. I feel like kind of going away from the hip hop look and kind of getting a little bit more rock, and you can see that in the Vicious stuff and the people that skate for it.
Yeah, I mean, it really, you know, John and Brian definitely had a big hand in. And I mean, it's John really was the first. So if you saw Wasteland, obviously John Elliott was more like normal looking, and then he kind of got that rock look. Shima at that time was still very hip hop, and John kind of, you know, had that influence of Shima, and then, you know, they started having an influence on, you know, Micah and Sean Santa Maria and Mike Lilly and you know, Stockwell and all these people, and it's just kind of, you know, butterfly from there.
Yeah, Farmer. I think Farmer had the biggest transition because that fool went from one extreme to another.
You know who had more of a big transition? Farmer, that wore bigger clothes than Farmer was even bigger than Howard was Ollie Short.
Oh yeah,
because Ollie Short wore like 4 or 5 XL everything, and he was like 5 foot something, a little kid, and then he was just like super rock and roll, you know.
I didn't know that. That must have been before I even was watching skate videos, because I always remember him being like the quintessential rock dude.
So this would have been when he was very young, like 15 or 16, and he would come to San Diego with Chris Dougherty from England, and Chris Dougherty also wore really big stuff, and that was kind of his inspiration there.
I feel like the first rocker I ever saw was like James St. R's, was like the
St. R's too, and St. R's lived in San Diego during that period.
What?
Yeah.
James St. R's is your first punk rocker that you're going with?
No. I mean, as far as like seeing someone in a video that, or like I'm talking about, it was like a where are they from? Ohio, right? Is that right? Somewhere around
Mikey
there.
Yeager?
They had their own local. No, way before
That's what we're
Mikey
talking
Yeager.
about, Mikey
This is
Yeager,
before
right?
Mikey Yeager was rocker.
Yeah.
Mikey Yeager's Mikey
Not way
Yeager's always
before.
been Mikey Yeager's always been rocker.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean he was rocker in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know
Ugh.
about
You know?
St. Ours, but Yeager, I'll put it down.
I'm saying like actual tight pants. I mean, I know Micah had like the studded belt with the baggy pants in Life
Right.
Class, but yeah, I think James St. Ours was rocking the girl pants before everybody.
I mean he was definitely in there in the early days. And this stuff, like, you know, the Joey Chase raw clips, yeah, Uncut is the series we're talking about with the raw clips. But yeah, filming with all these guys, you know, it was pretty crazy to witness so many insane tricks so often on an almost daily basis. You know,
Were these
filming
dudes
with all
like?
these people.
Were they partying also? Like they went out and skate. Were y'all like partying also? Like after the session, I know they were kind of.
There was yes, there was a lot of. It was, I mean, a lot. There, most of them are potheads, like super potheads.
Really?
And
what about
and
alcohol?
then-
I imagine a lot of alcohol.
And then yeah, and a lot of drinking. I think like you know Jeff smoked more like, but there was a lot of like. I mean, 4x4 started as a drinking club. It was 4x4 boozers that had like a chapter in Amsterdam, and then you know it turned into a wheel brand, and you know it was definitely like a rock star lifestyle. You know, but everybody was young. You know, it's kind of like what young people do, right? Seeing that stuff, I see it now. Visiting people who are, you know, now in their 40s and stuff, and still living that life is, I don't know how they do it because I can barely function. I don't even drink. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine still doing that. Who do you think went the hardest back then?
Well, that's hard to say. I feel like everybody went hard. You know, there's just like, you know, everybody. I'd say everybody.
Are you the originator of the slap the land?
This rail here, I found this rail. It was they didn't even have a sidewalk on the top and bottom yet when I drove by there.
The Dallas rail.
The Dallas,
yeah, the Dallas rail. Yeah.
Is it called Dallas because of the park that it's at?
It's on Dallas Street.
Ah,
let's go, baby. We show love to that spot. You know we hold it down.
Shout out Jeff Metz for the super chat. I
You need to
appreciate
go do
it.
that.
Jeff Metz said, "Shout out Poncho, underrated and badass." Yeah, my first time seeing Poncho skate was at a hoedown, and no, it was like the weekend before the hoedown. I guess he was there practicing, but he true kind grinded like the gnarliest rail that goes beside the vert. I don't know if y'all remember that. If y'all go to
Oh yeah,
that was his warm up trick
by the wave.
Yeah,
that was his
that
warm
Poncho's
up trick.
warm-up
Yeah.
trick. You already
Dude,
know.
he could true kind grind anything, and that's such a
True
crazy
kind
trick to be
grind
like
the
an easy trick for you, because that's a trick I could never do, not even back in the day. I never had true kind grinds.
Tyler Davis asked if there's two people that were just super easy to film, attitude and tip wise. I'm gonna say that Edwin Wearing was one of them. He was super nice and he landed stuff pretty quick. And then Edwin Wearing.
Oh, okay.
And then Rob G as well, but there's that clip of him in his section No One's Children where he does half cab solo in that crazy big curved kick rail, or like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like
The White Louis
huge kick rail, and he does half cab solo on it. Well, we went there with Haffey. Me, Rob G, and Haffey, we went there 4 times, and every time we were there for like 2 or 3 hours, and finally on the 4th time he landed it.
Why?
That was like,
sorry, go ahead.
that was a really intensely like. So you never knew, you know, they could land stuff real fast, and sometimes even Haffey, like he could lace you first try, or it could take forever. You know, same thing with Broom. Like Broom, he can do stuff first try, and sometimes it takes forever. You know, it's just really dependent on the spot and the day and how they're feeling. So I don't think there was ever anybody who's like always first try, but I feel like a lot of people had that perception of skaters back then being able to do everything first try, and that's kind of why with the vault I like to show that that's not exactly how it was.
That's kind of like how the videos were made. There wasn't, you know, it was just clip after clip after clip, banger banger during that like 2000s era. So
Right.
they weren't really showing a lot of attempts and stuff like that. They probably because there was so much footage to squeeze into a 45-minute video.
You know,
If they
and
didn't
you're
have-
you know, and you're doing stuff like it was very competitive. The good skaters were very competitive against each other about who was going to be the best,
Mm.
and you want to show the best, so you don't put in a lot of other stuff.
You want to give the impression that you don't really fall.
Yeah, you don't want to show all the misses and attempts. You want to just
you want to have like a banger section, right? Because I mean, you see it, but you still saw it. You saw it then, and you still see it today. Like, there's a section that's too long because it's got too much filler. It depends on the editor, right? Sometimes it wasn't up to skaters. So, like, if the editor makes a section that's 4 minutes, but it should have been 2 minutes because it could have been like that much better if it was only the bangers.
I used to love videos when they used to have like bonus sections or extras like on the side of.
Right.
They'll just show B-roll and stuff. I used to love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, and I feel like for me, a lot of it was in the credits, or like on United Front 2, like there's that whole bonus section with all that B-roll from like Razor's tours and and it was definitely like Life Plus did it very good, but also hard to find some of them because you had to do like little codes and stuff to find them.
Yeah.
Or you would have it on like a tape, and it would be like 15 minutes later, like those songs on CDs where you got like a secret track, and you have to know it's there.
I had that happen with my video Rollerblading is Still Fun back in 2006, but it was actually a mistake. If you watch the DVD and you go really far down the timeline, there's all this footage of our friend Danny Ross just wasted at a party. He was so mad at me, and I promise, and I know he doesn't believe me to this day, that was a complete accident. But it was
That's hilarious.
It was totally on purpose.
Nah, it wasn't. John.
Right about your raw sauce.
Together so well, like it's like a 30-minute edit of a party of one night at a party.
No, I edited it. I did.
Yeah, okay.
And I wanted to do something with it, and I was editing it on the timeline. I was making the video, but I just moved it down, like really far down, and I was just messing with it. And then I exported the DVD, and I wasn't even the first one to catch it. Like somebody showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So mad at me. You were gonna say something, Brady. What were you? Do you remember what you were gonna say?
I think it was about the Rob G Soul. I was thinking like if you were doing 4 days of him trying the half cab soul in that massive kink grill, did anyone just be like, "Hey, Rob, you don't have to half cab into it. It'd be really sick if you just sold it."
He wasn't half cabbing it the whole time. Like he tried soloing and stuff, and then he kind of switched it up to half cabbing.
Yeah, if you're gonna be,
I think he tried to front side it. Another rail that was like that was that Haffey, that 666 rail he did. Like that one I went with Haffey 4 or 5 times, drove him all the way from San Diego to that rail to film it. He never did it, and then he went to LA and he got Lonnie to go out there, and Lonnie got it.
Got it.
Oh, dude.
Got it.
And I remember being like butthurt about that because I'm like, I drove your ass there like 5 times, spent all the money on gas.
Lonnie was probably like, "I'll give you $100 if you do it."
But what's funny is like we all downloaded that off like Kazaa or LimeWire, so no one got any money for it anyway.
I was gonna ask you, Jan, skating with all these, hard hitters and hammer skaters. I mean, was there ever a time where somebody wanted to do something and you were just like, I don't think you should try that? Like, did that ever come up, or were they just gung ho? They were just throwing themselves and just, smashing these hammers out?
Well, I mean, there's the trick that was the scariest to film anyone do was Mathieu Heinemann back royaling the huge drop-off ledge at the San Diego Convention Center, and the credits of Leading the Blind.
Yeah.
That thing is like, because the ledge, first of all, it's like a 4-story drop or more. And the ledge is it's not flat. It's like at an angle. So it's like you're grinding at this like angle, and when he was doing it, seagulls kept landing on the ledge in front of him, and he had to drop on his butt. So it's like super fucking sketchy, and I was really relieved when he did it. Filming some of those Carlos tricks from Quatro, like all those crazy gaps rails and stuff he did.
I forgot Carlos was
Some
in
of those were
Quatro.
were a little gnarly too, and same with Stefan Horngacher. Like his being out there for those. I mean, these guys would do. They would like jump 12 rails on flat and hit a 12 stair rail and whatever. Like it was gnarly that Gatterell period with Nick Wood and Carlos and all those. I don't know what those guys were thinking, but looking back, like I always had this thought, like the skating was so gnarly, right? And a lot of people didn't skate that gnarly, obviously, like, and it's kind of like you had all this gnarly skating, and then there's kind of a decline. And I always like attribute part of it to being that everything was just too gnarly that people didn't want to, like, they felt like they were never going to get that good and step back to an extent. Some people, like, because when you look at skating now, you watch some of these YouTube channels where it's like people who started skating and not very good, but they have like tons of followers because it's very relatable. It wasn't really related. It was like crazy to watch and like sick and like it was like unrelatable and dangerous for a lot of people. Obviously, there was many skaters who were that crazy too, but it was just a little like, I don't know. I always feel like that's kind of probably attributed.
Yeah, because you'll see now people will be like, where are the hammers? Like, where'd the hammers go? And it's probably more old heads saying that because if you're coming up skating now, it's more kind of style based and technical. And I mean, do we want to see people doing those death-defying
The only people
stunts?
saying that quit 20 years ago because they couldn't skate as good as the videos.
Yeah, they can't stand up anymore.
And then they came back and then they're like, want to see the hammers, and they're even worse than they were back then. So I mean, skating's changed. I mean, there's still people doing hammers, but like the thing about that era, especially being in San Diego in that hub of it, is we never went out to skate for fun. There was never fun skating. There was never like sessioning a ledge or like skating a curb or whatever. It was all like go out and film, get a clip, get a photo, go home, and that was it. It wasn't like, like when I went back last year before Blading Cup, Chris Peel and I drove down to San Diego, and we went to these spots that were around back when I lived there, and we never went to because they were just like not really filming spots. They were just really fun spots, like, and no one had fun. Nobody was having fun. Like there was no fun being had. It was like work, and work, but like for like scraps. It was like crumb snatching. Like what was like this little bit of thing,
hustling for pennies.
Yeah, so. Like it wasn't fun, and I was always, because we knew a lot of skateboarders in the San Diego scene back then, and I was always a little jealous of them because they would all meet up on a Thursday night at like a parking lot that was with painted red curbs and skate for like 3 hours and have a great time, and that was something no one in blading at that period in that town was going to do,
You think it was more driven? What you think it was more driven by them competing with each other, or them wanting to make rollerblading seem like like legitify rollerblading at the time?
I don't think anyone. I think I don't think that was on. I don't think legitimizing rollerblading was like on anyone's radar. I think it was all about who's the best, getting in videos, getting in magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it wasn't like and the whole idea of I want to be pro, I want to make money. Kind of fueling that
dream.
Because you saw like some skaters had some big endorsements back then, corporate stuff, and you see some of these guys that are young and are driving around in like these really nice like Integras and Audis and whatever, whatever, and so people think that like they're all making a lot of money, and some people made some money, but really the most of the money was made in the 90s. Skate brands, sure, like Razors and they were always making a lot of money.
What rollerblader do you think back then was making the most amount of money?
I mean, Santiago and Fabiola were sponsored by Nabisco, so they were making quite a bit of money from Nabisco.
Getting some cookies.
And then you had
I heard Feinberg was sponsored by Levi or something.
Some of those guys were sponsored by Levi, but they were very short sponsorships. you know, Aragon won a lot of contests, made quite a bit of money, and he's and Petty made. What happened is like Elliot and Petty, like they all had like a year period where they were making like $60,000-$70,000 like for like a year, and then they spent all that money, and then they never made money again. You know, like they didn't save any money.
Was it mainly through like competitions, or was this through
like
sponsorships?
royalties, and like, you know, back then you would get like paid if you got a photo in a magazine or like a section, and like Razor's paid some of their riders pretty decent, you know, monthly things and contests, and you know, Aragon won a lot of contests, so he saved all his money. You know, he didn't spend it all. You know, other people, like, they made money and they instantly spent it, bought a car, whatever, because they thought it would always be coming, but it, you know, it just kind of ended as fast as it came.
Why do you think that is? What do you think?
Well, I think because that was right when like it was the tail end of how big it was, and then it was just kind of like the sport started dying, or, you know, not dying. It's getting much smaller. So there just wasn't the money. And the thing with the big brands is like they care about making money. Like you have brands like Rollerblade. It's like, you know, they make millions of dollars a year in selling Zetra blades and all their little Blade Life skates, whatever their little, you know, all those skates, they make a lot of money. But they don't like investing much. Like, you know, like I was trying to get them to do $100 ads on Big Wheel Blading when I was doing that, and they don't want to spend money on that. But they have so much money, right? And a lot of smaller brands invest a lot of money. They sponsor all these events. When they don't make any money, it's like the company's making a lot of money don't want to invest in riders.
You also got a lot of kids playing video games and stuff now. Like my little brothers growing up, they didn't skateboard or rollerblade or nothing. They just love video games. So I think that has another part in like the future.
I mean, there's definitely, you know, technology and phones and I mean, you know, the thing with blading, it's like it was everywhere in the 90s, you know, because I think another big problem aggressive skating had, and all the disciplines of skating back in the 90s, you know, slalom and marathon and racing, speed skating, is like they all thought they were cooler than the other discipline, and like there was like they didn't want to associate, like no aggressive skater in the 2000s would have skated a marathon. You know, now all sorts of aggressive skaters skate marathons and big wheel blade, and like, and the lack of unity between disciplines, it's like the sport wasn't able to grow as a whole because everything was so divided within. And I think that was part of, you know, one reason it didn't grow or stop growing, just the inner divide of the disciplines of skating. You know, if they would have got together earlier to promote the sport, like when they had the World Games now, you know, every 2 years they have the World Games. I think Fritz went, right? He went like last year.
Yeah.
You know, where they have derby and slalom and speed skating and marathon, and like, you know, that's grows all the sports. You know, when you had B3s where you have blading, bikes, and boards, it's like they're not really like, they don't help each other. You know, they're all out there for themselves. So
I think it's because we don't have shoes.
It's super.
That's why our sport doesn't grow.
How we don't. I mean, I guess I'm just like building off the point you're already making, but for the longest time, I didn't even like think of the, like when I saw speed skaters making really good money. I'm like, they're not that far. I mean, obviously they do a different discipline, but we're still bladers. Like you would think there'd be some sort of not crossover, but acknowledgement of one another, and it's just, it seems like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gotten better in the past 5 years. You know, like there's pro speed skaters who definitely know who, you know, progressive skaters are, and vice versa.
Okay.
Which never existed before. But even speed skating, there's not a lot of money in speed skating. That's why most of the top speed skaters, like Bart, what's his name? He rides for Power Slide, and he's won a Berlin Marathon like 7 times. You know, 26 miles in 54 minutes. Insane, right? Sheesh. But he has to skate. He does ice speed skating to make money. You know, he's been in Olympics. Like a lot of these inline speed skaters are Olympic ice skaters, and that's where they make their money, is in ice skating. So, but they do both still. So, you know, it's like, it's Bart Swings is his name. He actually has he's from Holland, and the city he's from named their new athletics facilities after him, and it has a speed skating track and a skate park, and it's the Bart Swing Center. And he has some corporate sponsors. I think it's sponsored by Audi and some other things now, but it's all came because of the ice skating side of it.
Here, I have a question, Jan. Shawn Michaels has sent this to me. He said, "When are we gonna get this on a T-shirt or a wheel?"
I want to pin.
Oh yeah, see, and Chris Peel designed that as well.
Really?
So yeah, that's there's actually an animated video of that too, with my voice being Cartman.
Yeah, because it's very like South Park-esque.
Hey,
yeah, it's supposed to be a South Park character.
Yeah.
We have 108 people watching, so thank y'all so much. This has been our largest stream. I really do appreciate y'all checking out the podcast. Be sure to like the video, and if you're new, subscribe. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. Jan, I did have a question since you were so big in filming. What do you think about like kind of social media changing the way skate footage is being distributed to the masses? Because a lot of people want to just post an Instagram clip and get that immediate dopamine hit of the like, and
right,
as opposed to going out and filming full sections.
I think that, well, initially it started with people just doing edits, like a profile on YouTube, and or releasing a full video, but not as a full video. Like they just put up each section separately. So first of all, they don't all get watched equally, because they're like, some people, they can pick and choose what they watch. But I also feel like you watch them once, and I've seen some good sections, I could never find them again. I don't know what they're called. It's like they just disappear, and they disappear even faster on Instagram.
Yeah, that's my
so
biggest. That's my biggest.
It's like
of that is how fast, how that clip is just gone. You're never gonna see it again.
I still kind of liked, when when people were doing like selfie stuff, and you bought something, and you had like a physical file. I think you could still do like I like how people like Medina, have, and other people have come out with books. I almost feel like doing a book, like the books are read, and doing a book with like a little stick, with the video on it might be
like
cool.
a USB drive or something.
Yeah,
with an edit on
yeah,
it.
Exactly. Or even having a DVD case with a USB drive inside of it.
Yeah, Fritz actually pitched that idea to me, because he's a big proponent of bringing back physical media, and he's like, dude, you should do something like a case with a USB drive in it, or something physical, something tangible that people can hold on to, and it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's like there's so much good footage, but I feel like it's almost wasted in a way, because you can you forget about it so quick, and it's like I said, you don't like, it's hard to find again, especially when it's like stories and stuff, like. That's really gone, and you probably missed half of them anyway, because it didn't show up in your feed.
Yeah.
Hey, Jan, I have a really tough question. True or false, the Kelsos ruined rollerblading media with the slider bar edits?
I would say false. There's a...
Where did that come from?
I was just thinking about like the whole chronology of the edits, and yeah, it over time, like breaking up videos, and then the edits, and then like the quicker profiles, then the clips. I take it all back to the slider bar edits in the basement.
I've watched. I also haven't watched them all, so that's just one thing. I feel like I watch less because there's so much. I watch less, because it's like you have to pick and choose what you watch, because it's not as convenient to just like search around for. I'm not sitting on YouTube like looking around for the newest videos randomly, and there's no centralized media, so it's like you can, if you're in a Facebook group, you can find them. Like there's a lot of people that skate, but if they don't have Facebook or Instagram, like how do you even reach them? There's no print media. There's no other ways to reach these people that aren't on social media, without having skate shops and stuff in towns. And so, I see skaters, like I see these lonely bladers that don't know anybody occasionally, and yeah, so I kind of lost where I was going with that, but
it is harder to find it. Like even when the brand will post, like we have a new edit dropping today, because of like the YouTube algorithm, it doesn't always update when you search that. Like you can search the full-on title of the edit, and it still won't show up unless you have like a direct link to it. So sometimes it's even hard to find when you're looking for something.
Yeah, I mean, there's like popular bands or songs that I can't even find putting in a name, to show you something different.
Dude, the YouTube algorithm is garbage. It's terrible. Like John, y'all were just at my house and they were going through like my YouTube and like I get suggested no rollerblading videos and I do watch rollerblading videos, but
that's because the FBI is looking at it right now.
No, but John, remember that there was like nothing on.
Oh, I know, nothing but just CNN and
yeah, because I
podcast and
I watch
no
the news.
Rollerblading.
Yeah, but I watch rollerblading, but it just feeds me. Like I was watching Caleb Hammer. He does like financial advising videos that are pretty funny sometimes. I literally watch one video, and now after every YouTube video ends, it starts one of his videos, and it's super annoying. The algorithm's fucked, and it's fucking whack.
I like my feed. It's very personalized.
So if you watch a rollerblade video, if you like it, then your algorithm starts putting more rollerblading. Every time you watch a video, you like it. You watch these podcasts, you like it. Then it starts getting in your podcast, starts getting in your liking. Just saying, you like it, then it's going to get into your YouTube. You watch the video, you like it.
Yeah, mine is like blading, politics, hiking, snakes, and extinct animals.
Mine is just music and podcasts, comedy podcasts,
and Dark Souls.
I stick with the comedy.
Well, here, John, we've kind of not given you a chance. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up or talk about?
I've known Jan for years. I know everything, and I've watched enough to know everything that I feel like.
I know everything.
I'm good. Keaton wants to say hi.
Yeah, let's let Keaton have her appearance. What's up?
Hey,
Keaton?
actually, I got one thing from Austin. And shout out to Heath because it's birthday. Happy birthday, my dog. Who rocks the red beard better, you or Heath? The red hair, the red. Who do you think? You personally?
Well, now it's me because Heath's stuff's almost all gray. Heath was looking good there for a minute, and then I saw Metro card, and he's like, he's more gray than red.
Ooh!
I think
it's his birthday, so he turned
Jan, you keep it a little bit more cleaner cut than him, so I'm definitely gonna give you that one.
Yeah, I love Heath, but I know he does less basic maintenance to his physique.
Yeah, he got the wild look going. But hey, that's his style, that's his charm. That's why he's so much fun to watch, especially on the jumbo edits.
My dog.
Well, we're getting.
All right, so the question that Generic Rollerblader had, favorite Dallas band on vinyl. I think the band on vinyl from Dallas that I listened to the most was the Nerve Breakers, which is an old 70s punk band from Dallas whose album didn't come out until the 90s because it was lost. But I really enjoy their shows. Well, not their shows, but their music.
I think I saw before, Jan, that you collect Billy Childish records. Is that right?
Yeah, I collect a lot of different records, but yeah, I have a lot of Billy Childish stuff.
Why do you think he's never been used, or any of his or maybe I'm not thinking of any? Why have they never been used in skate videos?
I've had some songs set aside, but I was never sure. I feel like you have to put them to the right skater,
right?
And maybe the right skater doesn't actually listen to him.
Yeah, I guess that would be a really hard match to make unless a skater.
I mean, you can't just give somebody that music, they gotta look. It should look the part a little bit. But I mean, he has so much music. I mean, for years.
Who is this?
40 years.
What kind of music is it? What's the genre? I've never heard of it.
Well, it's kind of garage, kind of punk. not like hardcore punk, but like raw.
Punk, blues, fast.
Yeah. He's on all sorts of bands, and they do a lot of like
Yeah, he did so
kind
many
of
collaborations.
traditional English dress and stuff. Like, he was like a
All
band
the
called like
French stuff.
Milkshakes and like the Headcoats and
Yeah, I guess that's what most people are more familiar with. But yeah, I don't want to go off. I was just wondering about that.
You could use it for your part.
That's what I was gonna say.
There we go.
I don't have the energy and hard enough hitting to go to a Billy Childish song. Not anymore. Those days have passed.
I don't know, dude. You've been dropping some hammers recently.
Yeah. And you don't like to skate for fun either. You want to go get that clip or that picture.
That is true.
Fun does not exist for you.
I have fun. I have a lot of fun.
Straight to business.
Hot water music. What is hot water music?
that's a band.
Okay.
I think I used one of their songs before. Now that I think about it. That's another thing. It's hard to remember. You know, people ask me about videos and sections and stuff. I'm like, it's like 20, 30 years ago. I don't remember half that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
even
it's like a long time ago. It's like I have to go back and watch every video again every year to refresh myself. But, you know, it's like, it's definitely getting older too. It's like my memory's not as good.
Yeah, I've watched trash like at least probably like hundreds of times literally, and I still can't it's hard to think back on like really the sections. You forget that like Conan O'Brien had a full section. Like
Right.
there's so much. But yeah, I get it.
It was funny. The Kelsos on that Razors tour we did on the West Coast. They like were real music nerds, and they knew every song for every section of every skate video ever made up until that point. Like, you know, like I was impressed that they, and it's funny too, because one thing I get a lot of is, you know, I had it happen to Metro Cardigan. Like, you run into somebody, you know, those videos came out 20 plus years ago, you know, 30 years, some of them. And they're like, you know, music in this video really inspired like my taste in music and like who I am today, like just their style and like their rock style or whatever, like, or getting into music and stuff, and, you know, doing electronic music. And so that's always like cool, but also like strange to have such a impact on somebody. And that's also happened with skaters when getting introduced to weed and becoming super potheads by other skaters. So I like my route better, music and clothing.
Here, Jan, we got 2 questions in the chat. Anthony Medina asked, Jan, did I say Jan earlier?
You did
You
one
did.
time.
Okay.
Only
You
one
did say Jan. Come on, man. I was like,
It's because I was reading it. Jan, he said, when are you dropping the video of the last Austin stuff you filmed? Did you film some Austin stuff?
Yeah, I filmed a lot of footage. It's actually it's been a long process. What happened is I filmed a lot of footage, and I got overwhelmed on how much footage I have, and I've been spending years cutting it down. I actually also accumulated more footage since then. Anyway, the video itself is about 80% done, but it takes place from about 2003 to 2012 to about 2020, 2021 with the footage in it.
Damn,
So it's quite a bit of footage, and
Yeah.
I traveled all over for it. Colorado a lot, Chicago, Philly, New York City, all over Europe.
Just borrowing people's cameras along the way.
No, I filmed it all. This is the thing. That camera, I didn't have a video camera per se, but I had a Canon 7D, you know, SLR. So I filmed that whole thing with that camera, which is, you know, it doesn't have like a zoom, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot different filming with it. And yeah, the whole thing was just like and going through the footage has been cutting everything down. Like I had Rob G come by and we went through all the footage and cut out like half of it. And I have people harassing me about it every event I go to because a lot of people send in footage too. So it'll come out eventually.
There's like
Jay Hogan have a part?
and so okay,
Mason
Aunt
clips.
Medina asked, "Who is J-Ho going to have a part?" J-Ho is going to have a part, and it's probably one of his better sections he's ever put out. The cleanest skating. If you remember old J-Ho footage sections, like he either approached stuff really slowly, sometimes just stood there and jumped on the rail.
Yeah.
Maybe had questionable style, and could be very scary to watch.
Hey, dude, I remember he was jacked back in the day.
This section isn't like this section is like everything's really good. Like he skates fast, everything's style super clean. Like I said earlier, he got way better. Like way more refined, and yeah. So I'll say who has sections in the video, and sadly, there's some people who've passed away who have sections. I filmed an Edwin Waring section before he died. There's Julian Isaac, William Isaac, Ryan Stevens, Mick Casals, Dan Dickerson, Jared McBay, Andrew Broom, J-Ho. I think there's another section. That's the thing. There's so much footage.
Can we give you some clips for it since it's not time?
No.
What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, send me a clip apiece.
This man's desperate.
And
Jez, I'm trying to put y'all on, dog. No,
Get
but I was
those
just
baby
joking.
blues all up in there.
And yeah, so it's gonna be the problem I have is like I do so much stuff that all takes a lot of time, and I feel like I never have time to get anything done, like with anything in life. So because I'm like, you know, other than skating stuff, I do a lot of work outside. I do like a lot of tree work, and I build ski trails and like cross country ski trails and hiking trails and ATV trails and all sorts of trails and tree work and stuff. So I do that, and like, but
lumberjack.
Yeah,
that's your best sticker. Is you as like the lumberjack. I have one of those. It's like
yeah, Adam and Noah did that.
That's the best sticker you got.
So yeah, it's just I feel like it's everything takes really long to get done. So it'll come out eventually.
Sounds sick. We're excited. Zickstep asked, "What's your favorite skate video of all time and why?"
My favorite skate video of all time? Well,
that's kind of a hard one. That's like, who's your favorite skater of all time?
Seeing that I haven't watched or probably most of the skate videos that came out after a certain time period, I would have to say a video before 2008. I mean, growing up skating, my first favorite video was Harvesting the Crust. Going back and watching it years ago, I was painful to watch. I couldn't even watch more than 5 minutes of it. But you know, back in the day, it was like really awesome. You know, big rail skating. But like a lot of those old videos from the 90s, I can't like. The skating's so different. You know. But you know, I always enjoyed like Wasteland. I like John Elliott's section of Wasteland.
For sure. And
yeah, and then you know, I liked the Mind Game videos, and then I liked my videos. I liked Steal This Video and like Leave It Blind. You know, I did like I enjoyed all the Life Plus videos and the Rejects videos. I thought they were all good. It's hard to pinpoint. Like people ask me what my favorite video is, and like it's very hard. You know, it's like saying what your favorite song is. I can list like 50 of my favorite songs. You know, but one.
Yeah, it's a hard question. It's like, who's your favorite skater? We always try to get that out of people, and we can never get a straight answer. They always like, at least give us top 5, and they end up listing like 15 people. It's a hard question.
I mean, you know, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I have nothing to say.
Okay. Well, we're at about 2.5 hours. Is there anything else first, guys, Brady, John, Jose, is there anything else y'all want to ask?
No, I'm good.
Jan, will you come back in the future and do a whole episode on Leading the Blind?
Yeah, sure. Okay, everybody should watch Leading the Blind when it premieres tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time on my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
With
Go.
the upscaled version, it's going to be a lot more exciting than what's available now. And
Right.
yeah, I was thinking about doing like another one with commentary over it too, just to talk about the video.
That'd be really sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
we're
like a
definitely gonna
second
watch that
release.
Friday before our Friday night street session, right, guys?
That's right.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, with
Sick.
that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap up. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was our largest stream yet. We got 122 people in here, so thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and like the video. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. Also, check out. Let's see. Check out my. Not my website, but my RBISF gear if you want to represent. I'm going to drop that in the chat, and it's also in the description. We do have a raffle for this stream that Jan is sponsoring. So in order to participate in the raffle, all you have to do is leave a comment on the video in the comments section after the fact, and you're going to be put in a drawing for our stream next week for a set of these Daisy wheels, and they are going to come with bearings. So he's giving away 4 wheels and bearings. So thank you so much, Jan, for that. So if you want to participate in the raffle, just leave a comment on the video. Let us know what you love. Let us know what you hate. And with that, we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes. Y'all want to go ahead and go first?
I want to say one thing. I've never had this many people in any of my streams, so feel free to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it to see some more stuff from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no like button.
Everybody hop in,
It's
plug.
no like
Not
button.
blading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plug in your
not blading.
plug in
Jan
your
Welch.
YouTube. What is it? So that
It's
people can know.
it's just my name, Jan Welch.
Awesome.
Easy.
Y'all heard that.
JANWELCH.
Go and subscribe. Watch his stuff.
Yeah.
Oil up under your feet, you're slipping.
And check out the Leading the Blind.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
thanks
be a
for
good
watching,
one.
everybody.
Tomorrow. Set your notifications for it. We'll
Yeah,
watch
set your
together.
notifications.
Was it gonna be like a live chat for the premiere?
Yeah, it's premiere. Yeah, set it for live chat.
Oh,
So
sick.
7 p.m.
Awesome.
Eastern
Let's
Standard
go.
Time.
That'll be fun.
Definitely tune in for that.
Oh man.
For sure. Thanks for stepping on tonight and sharing your knowledge on questions that
Yeah,
we've
you're
all
welcome.
wanted to know. We appreciate your time, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
dude, it's been
problem.
like a real pleasure. We are a smaller channel trying to grow it. You definitely gave us a big boost tonight, so I do appreciate that. You're just have so much knowledge. Just to pick your brain about all these different topics was a real joy, and I really do appreciate it and feel really humbled having you on. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it as well.
Guys, y'all want to say anything?
Nothing, man. Just thanks for joining and thanks for everybody that tuned in.
Yeah.
We need more beef.
Thanks.
Where's the beef?
Get those, hey,
More
get those
beef in these
frying pans
streets.
hot, baby. Let's get more beef.
Got my popcorn ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Popcorn player.
Just thanks a lot for your time, John, and just look forward to seeing the Leading the Blind, but also seeing the vault come back. Really looking forward to that. So thanks a lot, man.
Well, thank you, guys.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. And we love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.